And we are live. What's good, people? It's your man DL Saint. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit late. It was a clip I wanted to find and I just can't find it. Man, it was with everything that's going on with brother Tate, there's a lot of things that got scrubbed from the internet. And this is one of the clips that I wanted for the show. Apparently it looks like it got scrubbed. I have the full episode here, but I just don't have the time to go through this 4 hours and 32 minutes of content to find the 2 minutes that I wanted to show y'all. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. When I get to that point, I won't be able to back it up. It is what it is. I won't be able to back that part up with the information that I was looking for. But I do have everything else. So what's good, y'all? It's part 2. I was on earlier, man. I hope y'all caught that. I was on with Brother Mandrill, and we were talking military, two old soldiers, just remembering the good old days. Thanks for coming out. I'm sorry I'm late. Let's get this going with a hand clap. What's up with y'all? Welcome to the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I am DL Saint, and we are about to talk about Brother Andrew Tate. I told y'all earlier I was going to go with a little series, just trying to get some information out there just so you guys can see what's going on. Everyone's heard the negative stuff that came from, like this is called it regular media, mainstream media, the blue pill side of the world, you know what I mean, for those in the manosphere. So, I just want to show where they got that stuff from. You know what I mean? Like I said before, man, I don't agree 100% with anybody. You feel me? I'm open. I like to think I'm open-minded. I like to have all the information. You know what I mean? I like to see everything. So I want you guys to see some of the stuff that Andrew Tate was saying. And there's one particular interview that had a lot of it in it. So it made it easy. It wasn't a whole bunch of jumping around and all that kind of stuff. There's one interview. He was on Fresh and Fit. And it has a lot of these things that people are talking about. I don't know what's going to happen, but, apparently, there's the push to silence his voice. I don't think any voice should be silenced, to be honest with you. I think I truly believe in the freedom of speech, but this isn't like an American Constitution thing. It's not, Meta and all these other businesses are privately held corporations. They could do what they want to do. Right. They're going to look at the bottom line, and then we're going to see what's happening. I think that Tate was he's scheduled to be on Tucker Carlson tonight. I'm going to have to check that. Brother Vikings in the house. What's good, brother? I'm glad you came through. Good to see you. You know what I mean? Let's show you some love. Appreciate the support, man. I really do. So yeah, man. So, I've said this before in those other, like the other episodes, we're talking about this whole Andrew Tate thing, and it's really about, silencing voices. That's what that's what I'm talking about. I just want to get into that part of it. I've listened to a lot of interviews with Andrew Tate. I see where he's coming from. Like I said before, I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. I've actually met the man, right? Respectful, cool dude, right? On multiple levels. Like, this is a dude that I can shake his hand. It's like, oh, cool, that I can have a conversation with. Like, he's a regular guy. When he's on camera, he's amped up. He's in character, absolutely in character. There's a lot of people who they can't draw the lines between the dots, right? They can't fill in the blanks. Right, when they see someone on TV, be it YouTube or on a movie screen or on a small screen for a TV show or something like that, and like, that's that guy. You know what I mean? They're like, that's Kramer. You know what I mean? That's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. Nah, man, those are actors playing parts. Andrew Tate is playing an extreme version of himself. You dig? And we're gonna kind of delve into that a little bit. Brother Michael, what's good, man? Welcome. Always good to see you. Of course, you get an air horn. Brother Michael's been out there day one on the Fresh and Fit platform in the manosphere, doing his thing, holding it down in the trenches. Got to give it to him, right? So what I'm doing here is just make it. It's an opportunity to, to use this right here, right? To
think tank, Arch. Nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
This is what I'm trying to do to get it into your think tank, right? Let's go out here. Let's get people to critically think, because of course we all know critical thinking is not something that we do in America anymore. We don't teach it, right? It's instant. I want it now. Make everything, right? That's how it is right now. So I'm like, I want to give people an opportunity to sit there and think the stuff through. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what's up, brother Viking. I'm doing good. Got my Black Star Real ID today so I can fly. I'll be in Miami in the coming months. Let me know when you're there. I think you're probably referring to the upcoming 1 million party, because they're getting close. I think they're real close to 900,000. So absolutely, bro. And if you get there before the party, let me know, brother Viking. I'll come down there, man. I don't think you drink, but I'll get a smoothie. You know what I mean? If you do drink, drinks are on me. If you don't drink, let's get a smoothie, do some push-ups or something. You know what I mean? Because you good people, bro. You good people. And that's right. Brother Michael's like, yeah, you got to use your big head, not your little head. You have to think stuff through, bro. You got to think stuff through. So we're going to start this thing off, and we're just going to be talking about, especially with this video. This is a pretty good video to use. There's another video as well. I mean, of course, there's tons of Andrew Tate stuff, right? And we know that. There's tons of stuff out there. But this particular video, man, I have a whole page full of bullet points and like different parts of the video where we're going to jump. And we're going to see what he was talking about. And you're going to see him slide in and out of character. Right? Which is really, that's what I really want to show. I just want to show how the brother seamlessly slides in and out of character depending on what he's talking about. Yes, he uses colorful words. He sure does. Right? Yes, he's amped. His persona is amped up. It sure is. The cameras were on. As soon as the cameras go off, he's not amped up anymore. So we'll get into it. And I thought it was appropriate to start with one of the first things that he said. I thought it was hilarious. And this goes into the character. Like, this is like, you know what I mean? The stuff that he says is like, bro, you know what I mean? It's just funny to me. Right? And he was talking about this one part right here, which we definitely got to see. Let me see if I can pull this up just a little closer. Oh, I had it. Daggone it. Just I'm using my computer. I mean, it's when you got to do like 11 minutes and then you got to hit the seconds. It gets hard for me to find the seconds. You know what? We'll start here. You know, you're trying to find like I need to go to a point 11 minutes and 3 seconds, and then it's like, oh, it hit like 10:57, or it'd be like 12:15. It's like, God damn it! But we're gonna start off right away. And this is early. It is like real early in the interview. Tate made this comment that I thought was crazy, and even Fresh thought he was crazy. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Let me pull the screen up. Even Fresh was like, what? You know what I mean? And I just thought it was funny. Yeah, so we'll pull this up so you guys can have a look and see what I'm talking about. There's the screen. Let's just pull it up like that. And shout out to my dudes, Fresh and Fit, man. Shout out to the Fresh and Fit fam. You know what I mean? Myron, you know what I mean? Chris, Big Mo, Fresh, the whole team, you know what I mean, in front of and behind the camera, the whole fam. Shout out to y'all, man. These brothers helped me out so much. Y'all just don't know. Like, for real, I could send them a message like, hey, man, I got a question about this or a question about that, or I'm thinking about this, and they get right back to me and tell me this and that. You know what I mean? Just shout out to them, bro, because they are real dudes, man. They do not pull the ladder up. They are taking off and going crazy, and guess what? They'll pull you up with them. So that's for them. They'll pull you right up with them. So let's watch this part, man, and then we'll talk about it on the back end.
99. Hey, Tate, looking at getting some nice suits. What do you recommend? Answer that at the end. Yep. Abraham, $10. Andrew, have you shown Luke how the real world works yet? Eggs aren't real.
Eggs aren't real. That's a long story. I was in Spain driving through the mountains in a McLaren, running from the police, and I discovered that eggs, this whole time, eggs are not real. And I know you're looking at me like, what
yeah, look at Fresh. Look at Myron.
It's a myth. It's a conspiracy. It's explained on Take Confidential.
I'm going to write that down here.
Eggs aren't real. You believe in eggs?
No, the chicken came first.
No, but do you believe in eggs?
I eat eggs.
You eat them. So you're telling me you can buy this thing, it's an egg, it's like $1. No, $1, you get like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And they can become dinosaurs if you don't eat them. That makes sense to you.
Chickens.
Bruv.
I don't know.
Right? So Mario and Fresh were both like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't know the egg thing, y'all. We didn't talk about it. I have no idea. When I meet the brother again, I will ask and I will share it with you guys. But I just want to give you an example right off rip. Making statements like that, man, this is entertainment, y'all. This isn't, CNN or Fox or anything like that. This isn't BBC News. This is the Fresh and Fit podcast that we're watching right here. That is entertainment. That's how Andrew Tate started this interview. That's how he started the interview. So it's just right off rip. There's light. You feel me? This is light. This is going to be comedic. This is going to be fun. We're going to use colorful words. We're going to say what we got to say. You know what I mean? But we're having fun here, right? So yeah, eggs aren't real. What? You did. So right off rip, that's how he starts. You know what I mean, Brother Michael? I love how Andrew Tate, smaller channels have 10,000 subs and will have 1 million views with 100,000 likes. The damage is done. Yeah. The damage is done. It is what it is, man. We're gonna watch this play out, man. There's a lot of things that Tate says in this interview that's very interesting, right? Y'all need to keep in mind this was December of 2021. This interview we're reviewing right here. This is December of 2021. Listen closely to what he was saying back then. Right? And then tie in that to what you guys know about how he thinks and how he moves through life with respect to chess, which he's going to be talking about a lot in this particular interview. So I thought this was a really good one to review, right? To react to. Brother Roman's in the house. What's good, man? What is happening, man? Good to see you, bro. Thank you so much for coming through. Support the Top G, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If I didn't think the dude was cool, if I didn't meet him, right? If I didn't, you know what I'm saying? If I thought there was something wrong, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be talking about, I don't know, anime or, doing a show on anime or talking about whatever else I'm going to talk about today. Be talking about our political system or talking about space. I don't know. I'd be doing something other than this. This is a cool cat. For real. This is a cool cat. I don't claim to know everything that's going on in the man's life. I don't need to know. But I know the man was respectful to me and everyone that was in the room. You feel me? So that's why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? What's going on? Pocket, you know what I'm saying? Working might need to stop out. You know what I mean? So, enjoy work. Make that money. Get that bread. Get that bag, shouty. Get that bag. You know what I mean? Catch us on the replay if you must. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm listening to Fresh and Fit. So if you're at work listening to this, make sure you got your earbuds in. Because Fresh and Fit will get you fired. So he started off right off rip, man. He was just having talking about eggs ain't real. I just thought that was hilarious. So we're going to jump a little bit. He's talking about James Bond. Let's see if I can't get there. Oops, went too far. So, which I thought was hilarious. And it was funny because he meant the stuff he was saying about Bond. And at the point that he did this, I hadn't seen the movie yet. At the point, he did this. Oh, man, look at that. Super chat on there for some guy named DL Saint for $200. $500K. I'm extremely proud of my Fresh and Fit fam. Brother Tate, how important is it to spend money with your circle? I'm ready to invest in this fine timepiece. I could go to the jewelry store, but I'm using Fresh's guy because I believe in my network. And he did address that at the end of the show. But hey, look at that. Somebody named DL Saint sent some money in. Imagine that.
4-time kickboxing world champion, multimillionaire, nice guy. Don't forget that. Wudan master. That's how I introduce myself. I don't know what else to say.
AKA James Bond in real life.
Maybe a little bit. I watched the last Bond movie. Spoiler alert. I watched the last Bond movie and I saw them kill him off. And they had to kill him off, right? Because what Bond was a pimp.
Spoiler alert. 3 seconds later, they killed him. I'm like, damn it. I couldn't even grab my microphone in time to mute it. But it was a great movie. I do highly recommend it. It is a great movie. And at the very, very end of the credits, it said James Bond will be back. How? You fucking killed him. Miss AKA lady, what's good? Welcome. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for coming out. I see everybody is in here having a good time. Brother Smeeble's in the house. What's good? You You know what I mean? I hope they're all is well over there in Australia. This is for Brother Smeagol and Miss AKA Lady. Thank y'all so much for the support. We over here just talking a little bit. So Tate's about to go into James Bond. Pay close attention to what he's talking about, because he's always dropping social slant political messages in there. He's being entertaining. He's using crazy words, but listen to what he's saying.
And pimping is frowned upon in the modern society. And when I say he's a pimp, Bond spoke to my soul, because James Bond's probably the only other person I saw out here in the world who was fucking for everything other than sex, right? Most dudes get a chick and they want to get sex to get sex. Bond gets a chick and he wants to get sex. So she tells him where the safe of the bad guy is. So she tells him about the bad guy because she's fucking the bad guy too. He's fucking her purely to get shit. He doesn't want to have sex. He's giving her sex to get something back. And when I watched that, I was like, man, that's me. That's my whole life.
The finesse.
The finesse, bro. I look at a girl and be like, look, whether I was running my cam business at the time and I wanted her to work for me, or even today, females make fantastic spies. I'll say it right here, out here in the open. I have female spies who work for me to this day.
And this is real talk right here, right? Now, you notice how he went from he's talking real big, James Bond is me. You know what I mean? Do you think he expects us to believe that he works for MI6 and he's a 00? Right? Come on now. We know all that's created by Ian Fleming anyway. Right? So you see he's being entertaining. He's got people laughing, right? But then he immediately shifts into how he uses beautiful women as spies, right? To gather information from him. That's real top dog stuff right there. That happens in the street right now. Right now. Some drug dude has one of his dimes setting somebody up, setting up the plug or getting information, trying to find out what the drop's going to be. So listen to what he's saying.
I have girls I can send to the right boat, the right party, at the right time. They come back with field reports, because most dudes won't shut up around a chick. They just can't be quiet about all the amazing things they've done, right? Females make fantastic spies. But if I want a female to spy for me and to work for me and to stay loyal to me, money won't do it. I can't pay her to be a spy, because if she's banging some other dude, that's who she's loyal to. Right. So if I want her to be loyal to me and to report to me, the only way that's going to happen is if she gets, am I allowed to say dick?
Say
yes. The dick.
Facts.
So that's the game. So Bond was a pimp. So when I watched,
right, and he went right back into the being, a little more outlandish. Like, you see how he came in and he's dropping a little bit of knowledge, man. That's some real street stuff right there. That's the book behind me, The Art of War. Just back there, sitting up there next to that M14 behind me. Talks about use of spies. Powerful men, armies, governments have used beautiful females to get information from their enemies, or just get information even from their friends. Mata Hari was one of the best spies out there. Bill Burr touched on this. Turns out that Coco Chanel was a Nazi operative, and she was down with Winston Churchill. Don't take don't take Bill Burr's word for it. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Women out here wearing these Coco Chanel bags, wearing Chanel No. 5, wearing all his clothes and all that. Coco Chanel was a Nazi, not a Nazi sympathizer, a Nazi agent during World War II. Right? How she find herself in that position? Like he said, somebody was probably smashing her, man. She gave the Foxy Brown to a dude who just rocked her out. She's like, I'll do anything for you. If a woman's truly into you, man, she'll do anything for you. If a guy's truly into a woman, he'll do anything for her. Right? So this is why they're always talking about the game. This is kind of stuff that they're talking about. You feel me? Brother Viking, like, it's funny, we have ops on the Fresh and Fit Discord. The females they simp on are the ones that give me all the information. Yes. Right? You feel me? This is how it works. Right? Top tier guys, man, high value men, however you want to put it. They're powerful dudes. And if they have enough game, they can get women to work with them. How you do that? Like you said, the women got to respect you. Point blank, period. That's just how it works. Right? Ms. AKA Lady, she like facts. Right? Some of my homegirls could easily be special agents. Real talk. You trying to find something out, man. You really want to get some information out of some dude, especially some dude who got a little bit of money or whatever, and maybe not that much game. I'm sending dimes in there. I'm sending dimes in there. And they're going to come back and tell me everything I need. You feel me? And that's just me. Like, who am I? That's just me. Right? Brother Smith, I keep seeing and hearing Michael, and I keep thinking people talking to me. That's funny. You know what I mean? I got Chanel too. Yeah, I love blue. I'm the same way, bro. I ain't mad. It is what it is, man. She was what she was, man. But I don't want that fragrance to go away. It's just what it is. Pac was good. I'm glad you back, love. Welcome back. So you ain't missed too much. We about to continue with the James Bond part.
Watch them kill him off. It was kind of emotional for me. You know, like imagine I'm driving in my Rolls Royce Wraith black badge, going to the cinema, trying to have a nice night, couple bitches. I watched a Bond movie, and it's like I watched myself die. I'm driving home in my Rolls with my hose, and they're like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "Bitch, you know, you don't know what's the matter. The world's changing. Men like me are no longer liked. We can't even be in fiction anymore, men like me. So if they're going to kill men like me from fiction, they're certainly going to try and kill men like me from reality, right? I have to be exceptionally careful. And when I say kill, I don't necessarily mean broad daylight assassination. What I mean is character assassination. What I mean is warping the minds of the public to the point where I'm a bad guy for being a heterosexual male who likes to fuck. Oh, no.
And what's going on right now? People, this was December of 2021. Did you hear what he just said? Character assassination. I'm a guy who likes to smash. Right? I'm a man who's proud of being a man. I got to be careful. They're going to try to kill me. Not assassinate me, not walk up and shoot me in the streets, but character assassination. What's going on right now? What just happened on social media? He's talking about this in 2021, right? You notice his tone. He's not saying bitch and hoe and all this other kind of stuff anymore, right? He's out of character slightly right now to talk about this. He knows this is a real thing. He knew back then what was going to happen. He was anticipating some pushback. He knew back then. You feel me? That's all I'm saying, right? Brother Viking, women always side with the strongest men and stab lame simps in the back. They stab them in the front. They stab them in the side. They push them, you know what I mean? They run them over with cars. But you're right, though, bro. You're right. I mean, that's what it boils down to, bro. And again, if you, however you break down that 80-20 rule, 90-10, whatever you want to say, top tier men can utilize others to help them out. And it's not about them putting down, like, just slaying the Foxy Brown or just putting, it's about respect. You know what I mean? Like when Tate's on camera, you hear him say bitch and all that all the time, do this, talking about pussy, this and that. When the cameras go off, he doesn't speak to women like that. He doesn't even say words like that. He doesn't. Especially when women are around. He respects the women that are around. He is in character on camera. But he doesn't speak like that all day, every day. He's not like those dudes, those males who go out there trying to be men and be just talking reckless in public and being rude and disrespectful. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. People watch him and they think that that's what he's doing, that they see this is the guy. He reminds me of a bully and da-da-da-da-da-da. Nah, he's in character. You know what I mean? I can't stress that enough. You know what I mean? So, but he said in 2021, they're going to try to assassinate my character. And men like me, I have to be careful. Men aren't allowed to be men anymore. Right? Let's listen to a little bit more.
Oh, he's a misogynist. Listen, if I was gay and I was out here saying, listen, there's no, I want any man I want, blah, blah, I'd be celebrated. Yeah. But because I'm heterosexual and I say, look, I like to fuck. Now I'm a bad guy, right? Facts. It's crazy. So they're just going to character assassinate. They're going to try and convince the world that anyone who is true to their masculine entity and the masculine imperative is a bad person instinctually. And they're going to, the people who exist like me, the very few that are left, we're not going to exist in a few more generations. Yeah. That James Bond thing hurt me. It upset me. I had to park the rolls. I mean, I fucked the hose. You know, I'm okay
You
again.
made a video about it.
But it was a sad day for me. It was a very, very sad day. Yeah, it was a sad day.
Can you tell us a
Right? You see that? I parked the rolls. I fucked the hoes. He's getting back into character. Right? He started out talking about eggs ain't real. Setting the tone. Hey man, I'm finna come at y'all with the craziness. Gets into James Bond. They killed James Bond. They really did kill James Bond. They wanted to replace James Bond with a female. I was on Melanie King last night. You know what? I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up when we get to the end, so you can hear what Melanie King has to say about this. A beautiful sister, older sister, elegant, beautiful woman who's already papered up. She got the bag. She played the game. She got it. I'm gonna pull up what she had to say about this because I asked her about Brother Tate. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna wait to the end because it's gonna take me a hot second to pull it up, but I'm gonna pull that up. That's how it is with this one man show stuff. But then he was talking about James Bond. Then he was talking about how they're gonna try to character assassinate me. Back in December of 2021, he said this. Then he went back into character. I feel like, yeah, that really helped me. But you know, that's cool. That's cool. I parked the rolls. I fucked the hoes. Now he's back in character. And then he went on to say some, you know, went on to talk, right? And they was doing their thing. You feel me? So he got right back into character. Right? Brother Viking takes the master of a push-pull. Yeah, he knows what he is doing. He knows what he is doing. Right? He had a battle plan. This is just my take on it. He had a battle plan. And I'll tell you why as we get into this video. So we're going to jump to 1746, which isn't far from where we are. We'll go to 41. And let's see what happens
about,
here.
Your father and your upbringing? Because a lot of people always ask, well, Andrew.
Now, here's the thing, you know, and one of the things I'm on, and I'm going to be on this for a few months, probably for the rest of the year, is the lack of male leadership, right, in this country. We have plenty of males in America, but we don't have very many men. I'm about to be really on this. I'm about to be on it. You know what I mean? Because men have gone away. There's a lack of effective, you know, men, leaders at all levels, at all spectrums throughout America, all races, all social classes, everywhere. Men are missing. Plenty of males out there telling you to, you know what I mean, be in touch with your emotions and use your words and all that shit. Plenty of men. I'm sorry, plenty of males, but not many men. Right? And we're going to get into that.
How'd you get these world views? Why do you view the world the way that you do? And I'm a firm believer that obviously, you know, your parents have a huge impact on you as far as how you view the world. And your dad had a very interesting his background.
My dad was the OG. And I actually put something on Twitter the other day that went viral and pissed everyone off. Why is it everything I say annoys everybody? I'm just trying to live my life.
No followers.
And I just try and say something and everyone's like, what? No.
You see how he kind of he delves in and out of character. You know what I mean? He doesn't want it to be too serious because he knows people won't take it. It's medicine. He has to wrap it up in something sweet so it'll go down. He knows this. You know what I mean? Brother Michael is saying, you know, keep using my government name, man. Using my slave name. You talking to Uncle Saint. We don't make money. We take money. Yeah, man. It's, you know, and one thing you really need to understand, Brother Michael, man, this is the real deal. This is the street talking. All money ain't good money, bro. So be careful what money you taking. You heard me. All money ain't good money. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Brother Smeeba was like, America, Western countries more like it. And here's the thing. I've been saying Western countries, but for the next month or so, I'm going to zero in on America. This is where we are. This is what I really know. I've been around the world, yes, but you know, this is it. This is my soil. This is what I'm seeing here. I'm going to really start to delve in and zero in on what's going on here in America. And then I will begin to branch out again. You know what I'm saying? And Brother Smith, I haven't forgotten, man. I still want to get you on, man. We got to get you on the platform because I want to talk about Australia. So when I start to branch out, and I know we were talking about like law enforcement, how the courts and all that stuff work. But before we get into that, I just want to have you on and have a conversation. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, when we get halfway through this thing, I'm gonna drop a link here if anybody want to come up and say some stuff join the conversation or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's just us in here. You know what I mean? So we can really have this discussion. Because I want to hear y'all takes on it. But I want to zero in on America because, I mean, it really is a problem, y'all. It really is a problem. You feel me? And like Tate's about to talk about his father. My father was a huge influence on my life. My father, my uncles, you know what I mean? Shit, some of the hustlers in the street, you know what I mean? Gym teachers, you know what I mean? There were men along the way at every level, you know, scout leaders. Yes, I was in the Boy Scouts, the scouts in the hood, y'all. Right? I don't know what's up with the scouts now. It's changed. And I'll be talking about that on Monday. Me and my brother Jay Swans, we're gonna be on here Monday talking about that. Right? I'm telling you, I got it loaded up. I got it loaded up. I'm ready to put one in the chamber and let it go because we need to talk about this in America. And then we'll talk about Canada and we'll talk about Australia and New Zealand. We'll talk about the UK. I'm lining up people in all these countries because I want to see just how close our stories are. And we want to, then we can really show that there is something going on with what Tate's saying. They're trying to get rid of masculine men. That may be the case. Well, let's see if we can prove our case. Let's see if we can lay out our argument. And that's what I'm going to be trying to do on this platform. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to be trying to do. So let's see what Brother Tate has to say about his dad.
So I said the other day that any child who's obsessed with superheroes, that's a warning sign to the father. And the warning sign is that when I was a child, the only superhero I was interested in talking to or being around was my dad. Like if I watched Batman and I go to my dad and say, hey, do you see what Batman did? My dad would sit me down and go, fuck that. Listen to what I've done. My dad was my hero in every way. I had no interest in fiction because I had a real life superhero. Until the day he died, I viewed him as a superhero. So my dad was an exceptional character and he raised me in an exceptional manner. And although there's too many stories to tell, the one thing my father was fantastic at was prioritizing the mindset of my brother and I above even his relationship with my mother. So, because there's so many dudes who end up being cucked out in their own household because they don't want to argue with the wife, and the sons see that shit. I was never raised around that. My dad would disappear to chess tournaments for 2 months. He'd go off. My father was one of the best chess players in the world.
Right.
This is before like cell phones and stuff, right? So he'd call home twice a week, whatever. He's gone for 2 months. He walks in the door. My mom's like, Emery, where you been? It's been 2 months. I don't know where you've been. What is this? I've gone through your clothes. There's a picture of some bitch in your da-da-da. And my dad had been home for 42 minutes. And he'd just go, sorry, son, she won't shut up. Walked out again. See you in 2 months.
Whoa.
That's just who he was. He's like, I ain't sitting there taking shit off a bitch. That's it. I'm not going to take it. Doesn't matter if she's your mother. I love your mother. I love you. I'm not sitting here taking shit. And it's kind of like you grow up around that. And now when I come home after 2 months and she's trying to say, where you been? You've been in Fresh and Fit podcast. I watched the podcast. You with all them girls. I'm like, bitch, I'm going to go back to Miami, man. Shut up. So, yeah, I was raised around. I had a fantastic upbringing. I can't say anything bad about either of my parents. My mother as well. I was raised with no money and good parents. And that's the best way you can possibly be.
Same
raised.
here, man.
Did you see him go in and out of character? I'm going to keep pointing this out throughout this whole reaction. He's telling a story. He's getting creative. And everything he said about his mom and his dad, the core of the story is true. Do you really believe his father was looking at little 7-year-old Andrew and saying the bitch won't shut up? No, I'm pretty sure he said your mom. I'm pretty sure he did leave. I'm pretty sure he called and came back or whatever. But I'm willing to bet $1,000 to a donut that Andrew Tate's dad did not look at his son and call his wife slant mom out of name. Think tank, people. We got to put it in the old think tank. Let's sort through the character and, let's sort through the act to get to the medicine. Right? Let's sort through the fun, the ha, the candy, and let's get to the core. The core is Andrew Tate is saying, my father wouldn't bow down to my mom. My father still was the man of the house. That's what he's saying right here. Andrew Tate grew up watching a man maneuver the way a man should. And he has a bunch of stories. He's going to share a couple of them right here. right? And just like in the chat, I see everybody was talking about chess and this and that. I'm gonna talk to Myron and Fresh, and for the 1 million party, bro. I think what I'm gonna do is get a whole bunch of like little cheapy chess sets, like maybe like 10 or 15 of them, and put them around the house because they're gonna rent a mansion. So I'm not gonna take my chess set, the one y'all see behind me. That's marble and ivory. I ain't doing that. I might bring that down and have it in my hotel room. I'll probably get a suite for that weekend so I can entertain Brother Viking, Brother Michael, you know what I mean? And all of my RP people, all of my day ones, anyone who comes down that I know I can like, hey, invite you back. We'll have, come to a nice suite. I'm always at the W. I'll get the suite at the W for that weekend. I'll splurge a little bit. And we have, the suite there is like a 1-bedroom apartment, bro. It's nice. It's really nice. It has the proper living room. It's a full bedroom, 1.5 bath. I forget the square footage. I want to say the square footage is around 1,100 square feet. I think you have to, look it up online and tell me like their proper suite. It has this big old dining room table. So I'm going to definitely be inviting you guys back. You know what I'm saying? Like Sister Candace and her husband, if they come down there, like Brother Michael, all like Brother Smeebles, if we can get him to come over from Australia, I'll definitely be inviting you guys back. For refreshments or whatever, drinks or whatever, just so I can personally thank y'all for supporting me. We could just be right there because that's the type of dude I am. We could talk Miss AK, A lady coming down to celebrating with Fresh and Fit. I mean, she ain't red pill, but I'm gonna keep working on it, man. We got to get her over. You know what I mean? Miss AK, A lady, you got to come down to the 1 million party for the Fresh and Fit party. And, Suzette Speaks is down there. Who knows? Maybe we can all hang out and go get tea. I don't know, but I'm gonna be down there to rock out with my red pill party like Stratego. I ain't doing that. No, we getting chess. brother Jason, what's good, man? What's good? Welcome. We over here breaking down Andrew Tate. With some good chess boards out there, man. I ain't go that's definitely something to invest in. You know what I mean? Every gentleman has a nice chessboard in the house. You feel me? And then, Brother Smeevers, you make it out to the 1 million party, bro. I got you. You get here, I got you. Don't you worry nothing. I'll introduce you to my folks. You feel me? We'll go out, we'll drink like gentlemen, man. We'll have some cigars the whole nine. That goes for, like I said, all my day ones. I'm not talking shit. I'm going to go ahead and splurge a little bit. It's going to be a good time. So, but you heard that. He has nothing but respect for his mom and for his dad. He thanks them to this day. They had nothing, but they raised him right. And look where he is. Look where this man is. You know what I mean? And look at him as AK lady. She's like, I'll bring it. LOL. I'll bring the tea and South music to the RP party. It's all good. You'll be well respected and surrounded by men. Because if anybody gets out of line, they're going to have to deal with some folks, man. We ain't on that weirdo shit. Right? That's another thing I'm coming out with. I'm starting to address these weirdos that are coming out. You know what I mean? These RP, these whatever. They need to be talked to. And this is all part of leadership. This is all part of the learning process. You feel me? But Andrew Tate has nothing but the highest respect for his mom and dad. They had nothing, yet they were able to provide him with the tools he needed to be successful in life. Look at him. Look at the dude. He made it. Before all this drama. He was a millionaire before all this drama. He made it. Him and his brother made it. They don't necessarily take care of their sister, but she's successful as well. They made it as a family unit. You got to respect that. It is so hard to make it out the hood, y'all. People don't understand how hard it is to make it out the hood, out the ghetto, out the barrio, out the trailer park, however you want to put it. That shit's hard. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, like the Americans over here keep saying, just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Man, stop it. That's next to impossible. For someone to do that, it's my hats off to him, man. Like my hats off to him. So next, you're going to get into this part where he starts talking about his respect for chess. Right. So let me jump ahead just a little bit. It's like a minute or so ahead. Let me see if I can get there. Damn it. I swear, man, you got to be like doctor. You got to have Dr. Calm, unshaking hands to do this. There. Oh, I did it. There it is. Did I make it? Yeah, man. Here we go.
What draws you to chess? Because I grew up playing chess as well. So
chess. I mean, obviously, my father was a chess master, right? So I had to learn the game. He sat me down. I spent a lot of time learning it. And to this day, I have massive respect for chess. So much respect for the game. It's so much harder at that world level than people can even fathom. Unless you even play the game, you can't even anticipate how good these people are at the game. They're effectively computers. I don't think you can even be good at chess at that level without having something a little bit wrong with you. You got to be on the spectrum somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Because it's crazy how good these guys are. But yeah, chess is an amazing thing. I still play chess every day. I'm not world level or anything. I'm around 1750, 1800 elo. If anyone knows chess, that's what I am. But yeah,
would that be considered better than average?
Certainly better than average.
Yeah.
You know, the average player, let's say, is around 1,000 or something.
Okay.
But my dad was 2,400.
Okay.
2,500.
Damn.
Okay. So yeah. So I'll give you an example. My dad could beat me without looking at the board. So my dad would be in the kitchen, fucking around the kitchen, cooking dinner. I'd be in front of a chessboard in the living room, and I'd say E4. He'd say C6. Knight F3, Knight C3,
God
and
damn.
boom, and he'd smoke me without looking at the board. That's how good the best chess players in the world are. Yeah, it's insanity.
So y'all hear that, right? His dad is doing that, smoking him without looking at the board. They're in the hood, people. They're not in some cool suburbia, right? In a nice 3-2 or 5-2, you know what I'm saying? In a gated community somewhere with a couple cars and a white picket fence out front. And they're not, no. They're in the hood. His pops is doing this. There's people outside shooting. You can hear the helicopters outside, the ghetto bird, right? You can hear cars screeching, people running around screaming, acting like the fool. This is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta push through the illusion and really get to the crux of it. The guy was poor, out right off rip. He already said Papa was barely home. Papa was a Rolling Stone, out there just getting the money how he can get it. So that's just something you got to look at. Yeah, and talking about people being poor, Brother Michael's like, yeah, China and India have a total population of 3 billion. God damn, yeah, and most of them, or we talk about poor. China and India, you talk about poor. And look at what they do. If someone from China could get from under the Communist Party, they make it out of China, right? They're living the middle class life in less than 18 months, 36 months tops. They got a business, probably 2, got a nice house, right off rip. Land in America, don't speak a lick of English, and within 3 years, they own a business. Same thing with India. If they can make it out of there, if they can make it out of there, they can make it out of the slums of India and get to America. A year and a half, 2 years, they got businesses. They running it. And again, don't even know. Well, Indian, people in India, they all speak English. Even the poorest people, they figure it out, they learn. So, and then here we are in America sitting around talking about crying, complaining because your Uber Eats is running late. You know what I mean? America, I'm telling you, if we want to keep America, you need to be listening to people like Tate. I'm not saying follow him. I'm not saying I'm not saying any of that shit, but really pay attention to what he is saying. Be entertained, but listen to his words. Same thing with Bill Burr. Same thing with all the comedians out there who are just killing it right now. Dave Chappelle. Listen, be entertained, laugh, but really listen to what the fuck they're saying. I mean, really listen to it. There's a little bit more left on this, so check it out.
But I do think it's a good basis for life. There's certainly a lot of lessons in chess. There's certainly a lot you can attribute to chess from everyday life to the chessboard. And I think it's a good grounding mechanism. I enjoy to sit down for a good couple hours, win some games, lose some games.
Right.
It's something I personally enjoy. So, yeah.
Can you tell us some of those life lessons that you learned from playing chess with your father and applying it into real life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you my favorite one first.
Yeah.
Please do.
My favorite one is the difference between the king and the queen. Right? Because
y'all gotta listen to this one. Y'all gotta listen to this one. As you listen to this, I challenge you to let the flashy words, the curse words, and all that, the bitch, the hoe, to this, let that go. Let that just filter through you. But listen to the message behind it. Listen to what he's really saying. Right? Because everybody's watching this right now have seen this. I already know y'all have seen it, but really pay attention to what he's saying.
the king moves one square at a time, and the queen can just zip across the board, right? So you're here in Miami. You're partying in Miami. They got all these parties right now. It's Art Basel, blah, blah, blah. You see all these chicks on a boat. For the man to get on that boat, it's one square at a time, right? He has to get a good job. He has to get his taxes right. He has to find a way to leverage credit. He has to meet the guy who sells the boats. He has to go through all this shit stage by stage by stage to finally pull off being on that yacht and having that yacht at the age of 56. A chick, what does she need? Lip fillers? Boom. Zip. On. She gets straight on. That's the difference between the king and the queen. But although the king is slower than the queen, he's the most important piece, right? The king can't die. The queen can die. The queen, sometimes you can be looking at a position and go, this is fucked up. The only way out of this is to sacrifice that bitch. Sometimes you can do it. I'll tell you a very quick story. This is a story I've never told before.
Are y'all listening to? He's talking about the game of chess. We have chess players in this chat right now. Is he lying? The king can only move one space at a time. The queen is the most powerful piece on the board. The queen is the most powerful piece on the board. Most people who play chess can't play and be successful without the queen. I'll give y'all a little bit of inside information on Uncle Saint. If you ever play me, I'm coming for your queen. I will sacrifice my queen for your queen. Now let's play chess. Let's play it the way the game was originally intended. There was no queen in the original chess when they came up with this in the 12th, 13th, 14th century. She was added later. That's always been my strategy. Let's kill the king. Let's kill the queens. Let's get rid of these queens. And then we can really see what's up. But he's talking about the game. Right? In this game, it's like people are watching this. Is he talking about the game or is he talking about life? Life can be chess. And he's going to get into that as well. You feel me? He's like, yeah. And Brother Michael's like, your rook is your best friend, like my man Viking. You know what I mean? I'm a knight guy. Rooks are powerful too, but I like knights. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But let's continue.
When I was, how old was I? 23? When I was 23, I was dating a ballerina. She was the prima ballerina of the Cambridge Ballet School in England. And I had no money. I was a fighter, but I was coming up. I didn't really have any money. And she lived far away, like an hour and a half away, but she used to come see me, and we were good for like a year and a half. I loved this girl, yeah? And she finished ballet school. She started dancing in clubs in London. She couldn't get any ballet work. Surprise, surprise. Who fucking wants ballet work, right? So she ends up doing like dancing and not stripping, but like dancing in the club, you know. So now she's around all the London money every day. She's out dancing all the time. She's up late every night. She doesn't want to drive an hour and a half to come see me. None of this shit. So we're kind of falling apart a little bit. And she ended up talking to someone famous, David Hay. I don't know who he is, a boxer. So David Hay starts texting this bitch, right? Back and forth to the. So anyway, when I finally saw her again, she was like, we had an argument. She's like, well, you know what? You think you're a fighter? This guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. I'm like, look, if you're going to go fuck idiots, at least do it for money. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, if you're going to go fuck idiots, at least get paid because they don't give a fuck about you. Like, if you're going to play this game, at least do it for money.
Right.
So I had this argument with her back and forth, and I explained to her that these men are just going to use you. If you're going to do it, at least get paid. And when she left the house, Tristan said, why are you telling her to fuck other dudes? I'm like, no, I'm just understanding that in my chess position, I've lost this game.
Right.
Yeah, I'll dig it. He's like, I've already lost. There's nothing I can do. So what's the difference between someone like Andrew Tate and then, you know, and then like the guys, the bottom 80 guys? Those bottom 80 guys begin to just hold on. Oh, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I'll do anything for you. Whatever you want, baby. Let me go buy you this. Let me go buy you that. I'll come get you. I'll do this. I'll do that. Borrowing their friend's car, borrowing money they don't have, doing everything they can possibly do to keep this woman in their life. But the fact is still the same. You've lost this game. You can maneuver as much as you want. You can try to stave off this loss for as much as you want. You can let your opponent just start picking off piece after piece after piece while you try in vain to protect your king. But guess what? The game's over. Are y'all listening to the message?
Game is done now. Just sooner or later, she's out. All we do is argue. She's in the club every night. I'm just trying to say before she leaves, maybe I can get a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Right. And that last little bit right there was getting right back into character. Now let me make it funny again. Let me make it funny again. Right. But the message is clear to anyone who's really listening, to people who understand, like, yeah, bro, that's real talk right there. When I first heard that, I'm like, yeah, that's real talk. Yeah. You know what I mean? What are you doing? Have I been in a position where I was afraid to let to lose my queen? Yep. Have I made that mistake? Yep. I sure have. I most certainly have. So this goes on for about another minute or so. So let's listen to the rest.
That's the queen sacrifice, right?
Right.
We broke up 3 months later. I don't know if she fucked him or not, or who she fucked. I don't know. I never spoke to her since. But that's kind of the analogy you have to be able to apply to life. Sometimes chicks got to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to go to save the king. And too many dudes, most of the time, men truly lose at life. It's because they've attached themselves to a queen and they won't let her up. They won't sacrifice her. No matter what, I promised I'm going to stick by you. Our marriage vows, no matter what. And they just stay on that sinking ship till she eventually leaves his ass. And it's sad to see, but men keep doing it.
I want to add one.
And that's real talk. And think about it. Who initiates most divorces? Right? Hypergamy is a real thing. If you're not constantly bettering yourself, you feel me? You're losing ground. Right? You never be boring to a woman. Ever. If you do that, it's going to be a problem. Who wants to be around anybody boring? I don't want to be around anybody boring. Right? So I'm not mad at a woman if she's like, bro, you ain't doing nothing with your life. I'm out of here. But no, don't go. I'll do anything. Nah, man. Listen, like I said, man, he's giving it to you. He's giving it to you for free. This free game right here. Let's see. And then they went on. He went on to talk about how women can get you in trouble. How women can be like trouble. What did I put down? A trouble woman. This is very important, fellas. Y'all need to listen to this right here. This part that's coming up right now. Y'all need to listen to this because this actually could save your life.
Over.
Even worse, what most queens do, I don't want to use queens, what most women do nowadays, especially in the West, I see women getting their men in trouble all the time. You know how many times I've seen chicks starting fights for their dude to have to mop up? My man's gonna and the man's like, oh, fucking shut up, man. There's 4 of them.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even if he's a big dude, he's like, I don't really need this now today. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Man, another story. I have so many stories in my life. My life's been cool.
Right? You see him jumping in and out of character. When he's talking about something he's passionate about, like something he's like, yo, y'all, he's like really giving you a warning. Men, listen to this right now. This is him. This is him going. He's coming out of character. He's like, yo, no, this is real. And he's about to, and listen to this story, fellas. Listen closely.
Back around the same time, I'm 22, 23 years old, kickboxer. I was British champion. I wasn't world champion at the time. It was 4 a.m. Club just ended. I was in a chicken and chip shop. It's an English thing. They sell like fries and fried chicken and they're open 24 hours. Like, yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. And there's a long line. An Audi with tinted windows pulls up. These 3 big black guys get out, push it straight in front of the whole line, go straight up to the front, cut in front of 5 people and start ordering. My girl goes to me, we've been waiting here ages. I said, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. She goes, you're just going to let them push in? I said, shut the fuck up. So I made her be quiet, right? Anyway, the man, two in front of me, not this guy, the guy here, he couldn't tell his bitch to shut up. She's like, excuse me, there's a line. And the guy turns around and goes, you think I don't see the fucking line? I don't care about a fucking line. So she starts running her mouth. Bro, this dude knocked her the fuck out.
Oh, man.
Whack, clean, out cold. By the time her man looked at her and looked back up, boom, sparked, done.
Whoa.
Both of them. And I stood there and watched both of them just laid out clean. Fatality. 3 dudes didn't even, fatalities, bro. It was, I wouldn't be surprised if they both have permanent damage. It was bad. The 3 dudes who ordered the chicken and chips didn't even take their food. They started laughing, walked back out, got in the car. And I turned around and said to my girl, you see, some people are just ready to fucking go to jail. Some people are ready to kill.
Now, I don't know what everyone's background is in the chat right now. I don't. And then for people who are watching this on the replay, I'm about to ask a question. I just want y'all to just, in the chat, respond. But whoever's watching this on the replay, just think in your mind. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever witnessed that type of violence, that type of senseless, right, surreal, brutal violence. Just on a random. Just you personally standing right there, close enough to hear the blow, close enough to hear the punch hit the, the fist hit the face, and the bodies hit the ground. A 1 in the chat if you've ever seen that type of violence in real life, because most people haven't. Most people haven't. Pay attention to Brother Tate's tone when he's telling the story. He is completely out of character. He's trying to save people right here. This dude's like, yo. Shut the fuck up. He might have said shut the fuck up in line to that woman, and she clammed up. He probably really did say those words and said it just like that. Shut the fuck up. Because he saw it. He knows it. And then I did a couple episodes back. Someone was asking me, people have been asking me for the Cash App, so I made one and I put the banner up. Thanks, Brother Michael, for posting and reposting in the chat. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Let me catch up on the chats real quick. And I appreciate that. But one's in the chat, if you have really seen someone get it handed to them like that, beat like that, maybe someone shot, someone stabbed. Have you ever seen that? A 0 in the chat if you've never seen that type of violence. Up close and personal. I ain't talking about a news story later now. Actually standing there when it happened. 1 in the chat if you've seen it up close and personal. 0 in the chat if you've never seen it up close and personal. You've seen it in the news and heard secondhand stories, but never standing right there watching it happen in front of you. And I'm just curious. And I see Brother Michael, like he's got a 1 in the chat. He's like, yeah, he's seen that. He's like, too many times. You know what I'm saying? That's a real deal for anybody else out there. You know what I mean? And if you ninja watching, just think about it. Ask yourself, have you really seen that? And this man whose voice has been silenced, right? This voice we're listening to right now, this warning. If they silenced him back in 2021, we wouldn't be able to hear this warning.
Kill people over fucking nothing. You want me to fight? Oh yeah, I can fight. But what am I fighting these 3 dudes for? What, fries?
Yeah.
What, fries and a 10-minute delay?
Damn.
Man, and this what bitches will get you into this shit.
Yeah.
Bitches will get you into this shit fast. And that's why when I see dudes saying, oh yeah, she's just my friend, you're hanging around with girls and they're not even giving you pussy and they might get your ass killed. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Girls are a liability. They're a liability to have around you because you have a duty to protect them in some regard. I curate my experience very, very carefully.
Did you hear? They say this man's a misogynist. What did he just say? You have a duty to protect women. I was raised that way. I have a duty to protect women. I see women going off saying stuff like Karen Moments are out here talking, you know me, talking reckless or whatever, and then some dude snatch them up. I just let it happen now. I just let it happen. You feel me? You know, Brother Mike is like, I have no female friends. I have plenty of female friends, right? But I mean, they know how to act when they are with me. They know how to act when they're with me. Like, it is what it is. And if they don't, they can't be with me. Period. I have to protect you. You have to calm down. I snatch you up in a heartbeat if you getting out of pocket because you putting me and mine at risk. But I got female friends. But again, I understand the theory behind that. I understand that theory. You know what I mean? And Brother Michael, when you see me, I'll break it all the way down for you. I'm not gonna go. There's certain boundaries I won't cross on camera. Right. But when we sit down and talk, and like for Brother Viking, for everyone who knows me, when we sit down, there's more to the stuff that I say than what you see on camera. I'm not just going to give it all. I'm just not going to give it all away. And no, I'm not going to charge you. I will share with you. Y'all my day ones. I will share with you and tell you what I mean. There's another aspect to that friendship thing that I will definitely share with you that I'm not willing to put on camera. So, I mean, so when y'all see me, you know what I mean? Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm not saying it is what Brother Tate is saying. What Fresh and Myron say all about having female friends. I agree with what they're saying 100%. I personally have female friends, but I'm not trying to smash said female friends. I haven't been placed in the friend zone, and there's one more step to this that I'll tell y'all when I see y'all in person. Right. But if you wanted you like the average dude who out there and that's my female friend because you sitting there waiting for that one moment. Right. That you just sitting there hoping and praying that one day she's going to be weak or emotionally unstable enough or drunk enough or whatever to let you slide your joystick in and you get that Foxy Brown. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's absolute bullshit. You feel me? So let's continue.
Any woman I'm around, I understand I have to protect. So she better suck something. So I ain't fucking sitting around being friends with no bitch. Because I've seen it. I've seen so many men have their ass kicked over chicks. It's incredible.
And I'll say this too, just to add.
And you see how fast he slipped back into character. Any female's gonna be around me, she better suck something. Right? That's back in character. Because I could die for that. You know what I mean? Was this hilarious when I watched it? Like that's entertainment. That's entertaining. But the fact is still the fact, bro. You taking risks. You're taking risks. So you need to understand as a man what you're getting yourself into. Again, this goes back to the man versus males. You need to understand what you're getting into. It gets into game. You got to understand that. And 29:05. So Myron went on to say some more stuff, but we're going to jump to the next one. So they kept along these lines, but Tate wanted to talk about fighting versus violence. And this is something, again, this is why I asked that question, who's seen this kind of violence, right? The zeros and ones, like, ones in the chat. If you've seen that violence up close and personal, zeros in the chat. If you hadn't, this is why I asked that question, because they're going into violence and fighting. There is definitely a difference. Definitely a difference. And again, watch closely. You'll see Tate slide in and out of character. You can tell when he cares about something. You can tell when he's really trying to get a message across. Like he really wants people to understand that there's a difference. A lot of people don't. They don't understand until it's too late. They don't understand until, there they are laying there bleeding out. They don't understand the difference. So, all right, this is as close as I'm going to get.
There's a big difference between fighting and violence.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a professional fighter, right? I know how to fight. But fighting and violence are different things.
Yep.
If I wanted to get violent on somebody, I just run them the fuck over. Like, forget fighting, right? If somebody who hurt my family was on the sidewalk, I'm not going to get out and fight the guy. I'm just going to just run him over my fucking truck. We'll talk about violence. Violence is a very different thing. And women don't understand the difference between fighting and pure violence. And you're completely right. They don't understand the true physical difference between a man and a woman. Yeah. All this female self-defense, I can fight too, is all bullshit. Mm-hmm. It's complete garbage. A female doesn't stand a chance against a man. A man who's genuinely enraged, you don't stand a chance.
Mind you, this is one of the things that they canceled him for. This statement right here. Andrew Tate says that female self-protection is a scam and women shouldn't do it. There's no such thing as female self-defense. This is one of the things that they canceled him for. This is one of the things that they wanted to remove his voice for. And what he's saying is 100% true. 100% true. And there are women running around out there thinking that they can fight men. And they are getting knocked out, kicked to sleep because they think it's a fight. They don't understand violence. And this is what I'm talking about. You can't cancel voices over BS because he's telling the truth. Man, looks like Brother Michael just challenged me to a fight. Like we can box. But you would kick my ass, man. I don't know about that. I'm old. I'm 52. I mean, I got that old man strength. Shit, we can get into the ring, though. We can set that up when you come down to Miami or shit. Out here, there's a ring not far from me, man, if you want to do that. We can get in there. We can spar a little bit. I ain't got no problem with that, bro. Like I said, I'm old. Take it easy on me, man. I'm old. I done been around the world a couple times, bro. My body's falling apart, all that airborne shit. But, I ain't one to back down from a challenge, my brother. You know what I mean? So challenge accepted.
Sorry, the best thing you can do is scream and run. I'll tell you another example.
Even a teenage boy.
Oh, no, you don't stand a chance.
Destroy a grown woman.
I had a girl who did self-defense classes. This is like a couple years ago. And she goes, "Oh, you're a kickboxer. I want to show you like my self-defense. And if you grab me, I do this, I do this, I do this." I said, "Listen, bitch, if I grab you and you start trying to be a little ninja, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fucking smash you. Whack, 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 whack. Done. Now your whole face is busted. Like you're forgetting the part of the equation where I just beat you up for like 3 seconds and you're done. Now drag your ass to the bushes."
I think Andrew Tate is like 6'2", 6'3", about 225 pounds, all lean. It's all muscle. What woman can stand up to that dude? What he just said makes complete sense. You forgot the part where I just beat you. There's video out there of Andrew Tate fighting in the ring. He broke a man's cheekbone in the fight with gloves on. He broke the man's cheekbone. I don't know if he caught him with his hand or caught him with the knee because it was a kickboxing event. And I think it was for a world title, if I'm not mistaken. What woman is going to stand up to that kind of punishment? Real talk, y'all. What woman is going to do that? This is not a slight against women. Why would you want to put yourself in that situation, ladies? Seriously. And they call this man a misogynist. They say he hates women. If he hated women, he would be like, yeah, go get a self-defense class. Yep, you can fight a dude. You absolutely can. That's what he would be saying. And these women would be going out here getting slaughtered. Put it into your think tank, people.
What the fuck you talking about? It's garbage, man. Give you another example of a guy I saw get fucked up because of his chick. I was outside a club in England. And one more thing for the American guys watching this. Anyone who thinks England's like, nice suits and little posh people. England's violent.
Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
I would actually say, although you have guns here, I'd say the mentality as a whole is more dangerous there. People are about it. They're just a crazy island, and they always have been. So it's a very dangerous place.
Stabbing people takes another element. Shooting someone is one thing, but like being up close and stabbing someone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's all day, every day. Look up London knife crime. You can look up the statistics now. I think they have 15,000 stabbings a year.
Call it chefing.
Oh my goodness, we got guess who's been ninja watching? Hood Ninja Fresh is in the house. I guess he stopped ninja watching. What's good, young brother? I know I'll be seeing you in Miami soon at the party. Welcome. Looks like Andrew Tate will be live at 8 today. And I'm thinking that's Eastern Standard Time, so that'll be about 15 minutes or so. Of course, I'm gonna continue. I'm just gonna watch that when I'm done here. I'm not gonna be mad if you guys open up another window or whatever. Do whatever you gotta do. I ain't mad at you. Want to check that out? I'm gonna keep pushing forward. And Brother Michael saying, yeah, like Andrew Roundhouse, the cylinder block and broken in half. I saw that. You know what I mean? I saw that. You know what I mean? But there's a difference between fighting and violence.
Yeah,
call it chefing.
I'll chef him off. Yeah.
Chef G.
Yeah. I've been missing here. I don't know if you can zoom in. My finger came off from a blade.
Oh, shit.
All the way off. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a long story. I was walking to a car late at night. I was arguing with I don't know if you can see the scar there. Had to be sewn back on.
God damn.
So I'm mixing stories now. But yeah, I had arguments with the guy by text. He stopped replying. 2 days later, as I walked to my car at night, they tried to kill me. And that also shows a lot about intent, right? Because with intent, they don't threaten. That shows.
And that goes to all these, these keyboard warriors out here, these YouTube warriors with these little icons going around talking crazy, this, that, and the third. If somebody want to do something to you, man, if somebody really come see you, that's what they're gonna try to do, bro. They're trying to end your life, right? And in Britain, they got to do it with, they got to do it with a shank. They got to do it with a blade. Over here, man, they come to see you, man, with one of them things. So you be careful, right? People out here, trolls and whatnot. Y'all don't know who y'all dealing with. You got to be careful. Is it worth it? Whatever it is you doing, you thinking you can't be found? People will find you, bro. People will find you. But yeah, let's listen to his story.
How I was arguing with the guy and he goes, all right, just stop replying. And that shows true intent because he tried to kill me. That's another story I can't say on Fresh and Fit. But I saw a dude get knocked the fuck out again. Even when women have the best intentions, they're a liability. I saw a guy outside a nightclub. He's arguing with another guy. His chick's in the way going, leave it, stop, don't do it, be in the way, being a fucking idiot. Anyway, she grabs her guy, like, go, stop, holds onto his right arm. Stop. Boom, he gets knocked out. You're holding on your dude's arm. How the fuck's he going to fight? Even if you don't want him to fight, you're just going to hold on his arm saying stop, and let him get sparked. I tell my chicks all the time, if we're walking down the street and any kind of altercation comes, run and fucking scream. Fuck off. You're no good to me next to me. You're no good to me in between. You're no good to me next to me. You're no good to me shouting stop. You're no good to me holding on to me. Just fuck off. Run over there and scream and get somebody else. And leave it to me. Even if there's 100 of them, leave me by myself. Because these chicks will get you fucked up, especially the ones who aren't trained. And even if they have the best intentions, if they panic, what they're going to do, they're going to grab you. Because you're their man, right? They're going to stop you from being able to fight.
Yeah.
They're a fucking liability. Dudes, you're walking out here with chicks and they're untrained. At least my chicks are trained. I literally will.
And people get mad at him for using that word, trained. What, trained? What are you saying? I'm a dog? No. I'm saying you've been trained. I've been trained by the best. Airborne. I'm not a dog. I'm a trained killer. You need to be trained. So, Brother Michael, when I was talking about my female friends, I have brought them up to speed. They know what they need to do, similar to what Brother Tate is saying. Yo, this goes down. I need you to take off. And I know it's coming. I'll slide out your heels right now. Slide out your heels right now. As we are walking, go. Come on, girl. Slide out them heels. Stay calm. Relax. And girls do that. They instinctively grab on your arm. And you got to constantly talk to them. Hey, calm down. I need you to stay calm. Right? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do what I got to do. I need you running. Don't stop running. I don't care what you hear. Don't stop running. Get the police. That's training. That's training. I don't want you turning around talking crazy, thinking you're going to do something, jumping around. No. Let me deal with this. Right? Let me deal with this. This is how you do it. This is man shit. This is what, again, y'all watching this. Do you see how he slides in and out of character? It's like Brother O is in here. What's good? Welcome, welcome. Keep supporting the channel. We need to stand together as men. The war is real. The war is real. You know what I mean? I know people use big wars, but there's something going on, man. There's a shift. The shift is real. I hesitate to use terms like war because I've been to war. What's going on is not that. Trust me. But there's a cultural shift out here. There's something going on and we need to be aware of it. So yes, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with you, brother. I absolutely agree. I can't say it enough. And welcome. Rod Erickson in the house, Cornerstone, Dallas up in this piece. Welcome. You know what I mean? You get one too. Women don't understand that. Fighting versus violence. They don't get it. They don't get it. You have to train them up. You can use the word, you can say train them up. You can say coach them up. You can say squared away, whatever term you want to use. I don't care what words you use, but make sure the women with you understand that. Make sure they know. Make sure they know. You need to be telling them what to do. Get out them heels, girl. Get them heels in your hand, right? Sling that purse around you. Renegade that purse. Sling that purse around you. You finna run, shorty. Get ready to run. When I turn around, you need to take off. And I always say, no matter what you hear, don't turn back. Keep going. Don't look back. Run. Run down to that corner. Turn that corner. Don't look back. Right? Why do I tell them that? Because I know I'm going to get loud. This is Florida. I can still carry. It's about to get loud. I don't want her stopping and running back while I got my weapon out because I don't know who she is. I might turn and fire. Don't look back. Go. You look back, you turn into a pillar of salt, just like Lot's wife. Remember that. It's in the good book. Don't look back. Y'all got to make sure y'all know that. Han is in the house. What's good? Welcome. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, y'all. And it's one of those things. As a man, you have a responsibility for the women who are with you. To some degree, you have to protect them. I don't care what these women are out here saying. You have to protect them. I wholeheartedly believe in that. But I'm not going to be out there with the wrong women. So we're talking about these women to get you hurt.
Sit down with girls and say, look, if something goes off, especially where I live in the world, Romania, these kind of countries, if something goes off, run and scream. Don't be trying to fucking hit, fight, none of that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Or she might even get knocked out herself.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Man.
So.
All right, so I'll read these real quick. I hope you guys enjoyed the fucking heat.
Man, it is fire, man. So we're going to jump to the next one, which is a good one. And this is that quote. This is the famous quote that he ended his final video with, which I don't think that's his final video. You know what I mean? I personally don't think. I think this is just part of his plan. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to hear this, which is just fucking amazing. It's great. Man, here I am trying to find. I'm just going to start right here. I'm just going to start right here. 8 seconds before where I need to be. So this is the story behind his famous quote that he uses all the time. This is a quote. He quotes his father, and this is the story of what went down.
Shut the mods.
And then keep 6 archives. Mind match perspecet. You know what?
And here's the quote.
This is my father's quote.
Go ahead.
Should I tell you the story quickly?
Yeah, tell us the story on that one.
All right. So I'm with my dad. My dad's a chess player, but he's also like a park hustler, right? So like he'd go to the parks and play chess against the other chess guys to make quick money. So we'd go in there and offer him ridiculous odds, like 3-1, 4-1, give them more time, whatever. And he'd sit down at the park and he'd bust them up. My dad was really good at chess, but he was ultra aggressive. So like grandmasters hated playing him. A few times he lost spectacularly because he went too hard, but there's some few times he had crushing victories, like just wrecked the grandmaster because he just went completely all out defenseless. He was like an attacking player.
Damn.
So I remember I was about 8 years old. I told this story on my Tate speech, my YouTube channel. I was about 8 years old.
Yeah, I read it and I was like, that's definitely your father's.
Yeah. I was about 8 years old. And my dad, even when he was still alive, because I only speak English, right? Even though I live in Romania. And I said to my dad, do you think I should learn another language? And he turned to me and said, you don't even speak English. And what he meant is most people don't even have a grasp of the English language. Think how many words are in English you don't even know, right? So what he was saying to me is you don't need to learn anything else. You need to learn English, which was funny. But my father spoke a very particular brand of English, and that's what this story is about. So it was Detroit. It was 3 a.m. We were in a gas station. I was walking around. I remember looking at the Cheetos. I'm 8. Who doesn't like Cheetos? And I heard an altercation near the front of the till. I heard like some scuffling, etc. I don't know what exactly happened, but I came to the front and my dad was getting jumped by 4 Mexican guys.
Damn.
Right? So they're hitting him, bang, bang. One of them got a bottle, start smashing him. They're beating the shit out of him. Even as my dad was getting his ass kicked, I'm 8. I'm standing there just frozen. As he was getting his ass kicked, he turned to me and I remember he growled at me and he went, run to me as he was getting beaten, right? He managed to get one of them and hold him tight and must have bit in his face or whatever he bit, he had flesh in his mouth by the time the whole thing was done, right? So he bit something off. So there's blood everywhere. Anyway, the shopkeeper starts screaming, so he's going to call the police. It kind of starts tussling, goes half outside. My dad manages to stay inside. The Mexican guys run off. My dad's covered in blood. His head's cut. He bit the guy's lip off. So there's blood all down the face of him. He's absolutely covered in blood. He's drenched in blood. And I'm standing by the drinks cabinet, still just standing there because he told me to run. So what the fuck are you going to run in a 7-Eleven? So I'm just standing by the drinks cabinet. He said, son. So I came over there. My dad's standing there. He's talking to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper was Korean, saying, it wasn't your fault, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, police come, and the police look through the CCTV. They see that my dad fought all these guys off. And the police officer said, so what's your job? What do you do? And he was taking the statement. My dad said, I'm a chess player. And the police officer said, chess player? Maybe you should be something else. And my dad replied, my unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. And the police officer was like, okay. Just carried on right in the report. But what my dad was saying, unmatched perspicacity. Perspicacity is the ability to perceive, right? Perception. My unmatched perception. Indefatigability is the inability to become tired. So he's saying I have unmatched perception and I never become tired. And that's why I'm a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. And I remember that quote from when I was 8 years old. Wow. That's a badass way to talk. I'm jealous to this day.
Damn.
People think I'm good on my podcast. That's how my dad just spoke through life. He's just been rattled to the brain. And that's how he gives a police report. Like, he was the OG.
Son, where'd you find this?
Wow, that's powerful, man. That's powerful.
Okay.
Outstanding. So he's been saying that quote for the rest of his life, man. Amazing. Right? Amazing. Again, back to that question. Who's witnessed violence? True violence in person. He's been witnessing violence since he was a kid. Like most of us from the hood have. That's just living in the hood, man. It's just you living with violence. That's just how it works. That's just how it works, man. You see people get beat down. You see, like I said, I talk about this all the time. Right? When someone gets hit in the head with a bat, there's a certain sound. I can't describe it. My words aren't good enough. But there's a sound. Right? When you hear someone off in the distance screaming because they're being stabbed and they're screaming for help, the pitch of their voice, the pitch of the male voice of a man who thinks he's dying, that shit never leaves you. That never leaves you. You know what I'm saying? Violence versus fighting. It's this guy, Andrew Tate. People want to get rid of his voice. Why? I'm hearing a lot of stuff here. I'm not hearing any hatred. Thank you, Brother Mike, for putting that in. The cash. Here's the thing. I'm not asking for money, but I know people be wanting to super chat and people be wanting to do stuff. And I promised, and I forget the name of the brother. He's from the Fresh and Fit side. I saw him down in Dallas. And he was like, yo, I can't super chat. I want to be a super chat. Like, look, bro, next time I do a show, I'll put the Cash App up. I'll do that. And I've had Brother Jason ask me that as well, and I've had other people ask me. I just put the Cash App up. So thank you, Brother Mike. I appreciate that, bro. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it is absolutely shout out to Andrew Tate's father. And again, Brother Tate had a male in his life. He had a man in his life. He had a true man in his life. He had his father. What a father that he had. I mean, who prepared his son. They had nothing, but he prepared his son to do what needed to be done, which is great. And that's the quote right there. Like, it was great. So they go on in this interview and they were talking about chess, and they were talking about how life is chess and how Andrew Tate kind of looks at life. Right. So I want to jump ahead to that. If I can. Okay, we'll start it here. And check out what he's talking about. We're a little bit more than halfway there, y'all.
Little recap. We talked about Andrew's background. We talked about his father, chess, and then also his views on chess. And then can you tell us a little bit about how chess inspired your fighting career?
Yeah. So when I was a child, I was playing chess all the time with my father. I was a state chess champion of Indiana. I was on my way to become a grandmaster. And then when my mother and father decided to break up, we decided to move back to England because England has a social housing program, right? In America, you're broke. But in England, you can get a house, you get food, that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of crazy, not to get political, but Americans, especially the conservatives, are constantly harping on about, we don't want this to become a socialist country. And they call Europe socialist countries. But the tax rate in England is about the same as here. And there you get free health care, a free house if you're broke. What do they give you in America? Nothing. They're too busy bombing countries.
Andrew Tate's an American. They right away pegged him as being extreme right wing, MAGA, all this other kind of stuff. Don't sound like a MAGA guy to me. It just doesn't sound like a MAGA guy. Did you hear what he just said? Like, we have welfare over here. Yeah, we got that. And they always make you feel a certain way if you know what I mean, if you want assistant housing or whatever, you welfare or whatever, Section 8, you know what I mean, you're getting WIC. You know what I mean? People out there who don't know what WIC is, you get cereal and cheese, government cheese. That's a separate program. Right? They give you housing in America, they put you in the hell. They put you in the projects. That is hell. That is hell every day. Every day waking up, wondering if you're going to make it through the day. It is hell. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, all the stuff today, going all the way back to earlier, what did he say? They will try to character assassinate you. So what did they do? Oh, he's a far right extremist, MAGA, this, down the third. No, he's not. Did you hear what he just said? He just put them on blast. Free health care. Can't even get that over here. We can't even get prescription drug costs, cut down. We can't let the government negotiate to get lower prices. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it in the old, where my button at, man? You got to put it in the old
think tank. Arch, nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
You got to think about it, y'all.
Stupid. So, so we moved back over there. My dad.
Andrew is American for you guys that are
I'm
wondering.
American.
Yeah. He's American and he's British, guys.
Yeah, so I'm half. So my dad stayed here in America, so I lost my chess coach. And it's hard to stay dedicated and stay good without a coach, right? So for a long time, I played a bit of chess. I did a little bit back and forth, etc. And when I realized I needed probably 13, 14, I was missing all that time I spent playing chess. I was looking for something that was similar, and I ended up choosing fighting. I started with.
I know everybody's going over to check Andrew Tate out on Fox, man. Come back when it's over, y'all. Come back when it's over. I think he's doing a segment with Tucker Carlson, so it should just be like maybe 10 or 15 minutes. But definitely come back when it's over. Give us a report. So we'll continue.
With karate, I got a black belt in Shotokan, and I moved on to kickboxing, and I fought K1, and I've had MMA fights as well. So to me, they're very, very similar. They're one-on-one. There's no luck involved. I didn't want a team sport, because in a team sport, you can have a bad day, still win, a good day, still lose. No, I want it all on the line, right? I didn't want a sport with any luck. That's the thing about chess. It doesn't matter how well you played. It doesn't matter how nearly perfect the game was. If you lost, at some point, you made a mistake. Even if you...
It's real important what he just said right there. If you lost, at some point, you made a mistake. So back to him getting canceled. He holds himself responsible. right? Because that's how he looks at life. If I lose, it's something I did wrong. It's my fault. You did.
You can't identify it. At some point, you have made a mistake. And that's a fantastic metaphor for life as well. Because there's so many people out here who don't take responsibility, and they'll come along and go, well, COVID happened. That's why I lost all my money. No, I don't buy that. I don't give a shit what happened. At some point, you did not diversify. You did not prepare yourself. You made a mistake. It's a good life philosophy I have. Everything that's good that happens to me is all my fault. And everything bad that happens to me is all my fault. I take absolute responsibility. So chess teaches you that, right?
Everything that's good that happens to me is my fault. It's all my fault. And everything that's bad that happens to me is all my fault. Getting canceled then is Andrew Tate's fault. That comes from Andrew Tate. That's how he lives his life. 100% accountability. 100%. No excuses. None. The man said, I don't want to play a team sport. I want to be in a position where it's all me. 100% is all on the line. Chess and fighting. I hope y'all listening.
And fighting's the same. People talk about lucky punch. If you're fighting a dude who trained to punch people in the face and then he punches you in the face, it wasn't a lucky punch. That's what he does, right? So there's no luck involved. All the glory's with you. And it's also a very cerebral sport. Fighting's not, I mean, you need to be a tough guy, but tough guys have short careers. Smart guys have long careers. Mm-hmm. Look at Mayweather's career. He didn't get hit. That's why he could fight so long. He didn't get hit. Everyone else had to retire early because your brain gets frazzled. You can't think as fast. You start getting caught. So it's certainly a cerebral sport, and it replaced chess for me. And I took it very, very seriously, and I did very, very well. So, yeah, to me, they're the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. But if I had to decide which one is actually harder, I'd still say chess.
Okay.
Man, that game.
Right? On some real stuff. When I met Brother Tate, that's the one thing I told him. I said, you know what, bro? I study your words. And he looked at me, was like, what? I study your words. He was like, so humble. He was like, you know, he tipped us. He shook my hand again. He tipped his head to me. It was like, oh, like, bro, thank you so much. And I was like, nah, thank you, man. And then we went on to talk about some other stuff. But this is what I'm talking about, bro. This man's been through it. He's been through it. Who are you going to listen to? If you want to learn how to come from the hood to go all the way from the bottom to the top, who are you going to listen to? I'm going to listen to the dude that did it. All this is free, by the way. We watched that Hustlers U and all that, the War Room. He had started the War Room, but he's giving all this out. You ain't got to pay for nothing. All you had to do was like the video. That's all you got to do. And this is all about being a man versus a male, in my opinion. This is how it works. This is how it works. So we're done there. Then he jumps into we're gonna skip ahead a little bit when he was talking about we're gonna get into womanizing, get into the game, get into what's going on out here in the world right now. What's going on in the trenches? What's the situation on the ground? Again, this is back in 2021, December 2021. And I'm trying to find our mark. 2645. Bam. About as close as I'm going to get. So let's listen a little bit to what's going on, talking about the game. The game according to Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and Fresh Prince CEO.
What are the biggest pluses for you? I mean, that you want to disclose as far as like living in Romania versus living in a Western country like the United Kingdom?
Yeah. So because of what happened to me, I want to make something very, very clear, right? I don't beat bitches up. I've never needed to. I don't do it, right? I don't hit girls. I don't walk around like fucking Mike Tyson punching girls ever. But
right? Did you hear that? People saying he loves to beat women. He's a misogynist. He's telling you right now he does. There's nothing to hide. They had that one video of him and that girl doing the sex play thing. They explained it away, but no one wants to believe that. So he told this story on the heels of talking about what happened to him when he was in London. He was falsely accused by a female of hitting her. You know, law enforcement came in, raided his place. It came out. The woman came out later. It's like, no, he really didn't hit me. I made the story up, but he still had to spend $500,000 or so to clear his name. He still went through the legal system there, and they wound up charging him, and these charges didn't stick, but they wound up charging him for other things. They went in, and I don't know how the English court system worked, but they went in to get him for one thing. They took all of his computers and phone and all that, scrubbed out information, found some other things to get him for. And he talked about all that prior to this. You can go back and watch that on your own. But he's just talking about the legal system. He was like, man, that was horrible. So he's talking about, well, he wound up in Romania, and this is how that happened.
But because of what happened to me when I was in Romania, I was paranoid, and I spoke to a lawyer. Like, if this happened to me here, what would it happen? Because I was scared it'd be worse.
Yeah.
Because you're in a foreign country sometimes, if someone goes police and you get locked, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, the law in Romania is she must have physical evidence of abuse. Did she have physical evidence of abuse? It's like, no, there wasn't a mark on her. I'm like, okay, there's no case.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, well, safe. Good. Like, they're like, yeah, if she gets hit, she needs to either take pictures and she needs to report it within 14 days. Otherwise, it didn't happen. There's none of that ancestral bullshit. 20 years ago, he touched me, and all that crap.
Yeah.
Zero of it. Zero. So I felt.
And then people hear that and they're like, oh, he's a misogynist. Just like, that doesn't make any sense. How are you going to come back 20 years after some crime and say I did it? I say you did it. And we're going to go to court over that? Nah, statute of limitations. Well, it doesn't begin if this and that and the third. So there's a modification to the statute of limitations. No, it's not. If I committed a crime 20 years ago, you should have caught me 20 years ago. You feel me?
Felt comfortable there for a summer. And then coupled with the fact they had stupid things, man. They had the fastest broadband in Europe. They had the fastest internet in Europe. So I had nice internet. Yeah, that's a strange fact, I know. I had nice internet streams. I had cheap property for the accommodation for the girls. Yeah. I had really good friends there. And my friends there were super well connected. Like, it's the first time I'd had like police escort to the club and shit. So it was cool. It was a cool place. And I thought I'd stay a while. And ended up staying for a long time. And I ended up building my own empire there. Now I have casinos on the ground. I have a property portfolio. I have a strip mall. I've got it all there. So it's kind of gone well. Yeah. So that's.
And there are people out there talking about his casinos and other business ventures. Like, look, he's not making any money. This is all a money laundering thing. It's all a front. It's like, boy, y'all really into this man's business. He's not allowed to start a business and it failed. I mean, wow. Okay. You know what I mean? You're not going to leave the criminal investigation to law enforcement. I mean, dude, if you got a illegal enterprise and you're laundering money, somebody's going to come at some point to see what you're doing. You know what I mean? But that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? I see these people, these content creators, these people are making stuff. Vice News was embedded with the Tate brothers. So Vice News is going to come out with something pretty soon. If it's not already out, I'm eager to see it. I'm fairly certain it's going to be a hit piece, but maybe not. Maybe they got with the guys and like, you know what? These dudes really aren't bad. We can't really find anything. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out.
That's how it started. I left England out of necessity. I went to Romania out of convenience because I had a friend there who said, yeah, I'll pick you up at the airport. I'll look after you and your people. I got a big house. Come here. And bam. That's how it
Andrew, you're well traveled. You've been around the world. Different girls, different cities, different states, different countries. In your humble opinion, right? What would you say is the current state of dating for the average guy?
So Fresh asks, what is your opinion of the current status of dating for the average guy? Yo, y'all need to listen. This is the bread and butter for the red pill world right here. Tate's about to give his take on it, what's going on with the sexual marketplace right now.
Is it worth it?
Ooh, this is gonna be good, guys. Yeah. Get your notepads out. We gonna break this one down.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest. I don't want to be a pessimist, but let's put it this way: the game is getting harder. The game is getting harder, and if you're sitting out here and you are not trying to level up along with the game, you are going to struggle into eternity. These women have so many choices. They have so many choices, and social media has made that worse. COVID even has made that worse. These bitches are sitting at home on their phones all day. They read every DM sent to them.
Facts.
So if you DM a bitch and she doesn't reply, don't worry, she saw it. She saw it, my friend.
Yeah.
She just said no. She looked at your profile and you were not interesting enough to get a reply.
Facts. 100%.
That's what it is. So if you actually understand all the DMs you send that aren't getting replied to, then you could probably get a pretty good gauge of where you are in the world, right? Now, no one has 100% success rate. But if I sit there for half an hour and message enough bitches, I'm gonna find a girl, right? Or two or five. Right. But if you're sitting there and you're just sending DMs for months and no one's replying to you, then you got a problem. It's going to get harder. It's getting more and more competitive. And what's actually interesting is I believe that this whole feminism, all this crap, was actually initially promoted by beta males. I don't know at what point in history, but my theory, which I have a lot of, but my theories tend to be correct. My theory is that during the periods of strong conservatism, it was the alpha males who were like, no, women aren't hoes. Women stick with one man. We're going to have marriage. We're going to have kids. We're going to stick with these things. And it was the betas who were like, let women be free. Let them be liberated. And the reason they were doing that is they were hoping for a sniff of pussy. That's what beta males were thinking. Well, if we let them be big enough hoes, maybe I'll get some.
Free love. Yeah.
Free love. And that's what they were hoping for.
Yeah.
But what they've really done by promoting all this shit, now the women just fucking cock carousel the alphas. True or false?
We win.
True or false? That's all they do.
On the pod all the time, Andrew. What feminism has done is it's inadvertently given all the leverage to the top 5 to 10% of men. That's what.
And we've heard that a million times. The red pill community understands that, and they're trying to, it's always the guys who come over and they're trying to, discover it. They understand that. You know what I mean? Sister Pack, I hear you. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry, but I think Fresh is lame. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? But I spent more time, of everyone on that screen, I spent more time with Fresh than anyone else in that room. More than Mo, than Chris, than Myron. And I'm here to tell you, man, he's a good guy. I mean, he's honestly, when I say good, I mean like he's a better person than I am. I'm gonna tell you like that, right? I have more damage. I have more damage and more. I've seen more darkness, and I've dealt with more darkness. Just because of the way I came up. Remember, he's not from America, man. He's from Barbados. Fresh has never seen violence. He's just heard the stories, right? But he is a good guy. Like I watch him when he's like, not just on the podcast, but I'm talking about in the world. Fresh would come get me. Like, bro, what you coming to get me for? Making sure I'm good, checking in. Hey, bro, you good? Hey, I'm finna go do this. Hey, won't you come over here? Won't you pull up? Hey, won't you do this? Won't you do that? Right. And at the same time, he's out there, building his business and doing all that kind of stuff. You feel me? He's a real legit guy. Like when he's out in the clubs, he does not talk, man. He don't talk to women. He's in there networking. He doesn't drink. You know what I mean? You might see him do a shot every blue moon if it's something big going on with Fresh and Fit. But generally speaking, he doesn't drink. Like, yo, Fresh, I'm going to the bar. You want something? No, man. I don't drink. He always says that. I don't drink. I'm like, I know, but you want some water or something? I always bring him like bottles of water. You know what I'm saying? I come back with drinks. I'm two-fisted. I drink. Right? And then like the women come after him. And again, it's all love. Sister Pack, it's all love. I ain't tripping. It's all love. You know what I mean? So I can get that. Like, I think Fresh can come off lame on that podcast. He can. I mean, he has the speech impediment. He's working through that and all that, but it doesn't matter. His value to that organization, to that podcast, is his ability to bring people in. It was Fresh who got Andrew Tate. Fresh did that. Just networking. He figured out a way to get to him. He was just networking. And Fresh got to Andrew Tate before Fresh and Fit was a thing. So, you know what I mean? But I see where you're coming from, and I ain't lying. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I respect. Hey, baby, you can feel the way you want to feel. I ain't mad at you. But I'm here to tell you, that dude's solid. That dude's solid. I'm sorry to take that take that break. You know what I mean? That commercial break to tell her, to give Fresh his flowers. But the dude, he's a real dude. He is a real dude. And he's handling this success pretty well. I mean, really well. He's taking some lumps. He's taking some L's. People have been, taking advantage of him. Prior to me meeting him, he's shared those L's and continues to, he's still trying to stay humble and deal with it. People be hollering at him on the street, talking shit, trying to run up on him. He has to deal with that. And I'm always like, bro, where's your weapon, man? What are you doing? This is Florida, bro. You should be armed. You walking around out here with, $100,000 plus on your neck to watch the car. What's wrong with you, bro? But when Fresh moves, he has security with him. As his success goes up, he's out there doing what he has to do. Because he's got people talking to him, people like me, other people way bigger than me, but people from the streets who let him understand, like, yo, this ain't no game out here, bro. These people will roll you, and he knows it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can see that. Wonderful 34 is in the house. What's good, bro? How you feeling? Got my cousin hit me up. You know what I mean? But no, it's all love. Look, and here's the thing too: when you come to this platform, you can speak your mind. You can say what you need to say. and you're not going to be hit with some bullshit. I'm here to tell you, we are grown-ups over here. Say what you want to say. You're respectful, we're going to be respectful. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at you. I think he lame. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? There are a lot of guys in the red pill space that I know are lame, and I stay away from them. Because I'm the type of dude, I need to come and meet you, shake your hand, make eye contact, and talk to you. There's a lot of dudes in that red pill space. I'm just telling you, man, they on some bullshit. Fresh ain't one of them. You know what I mean? He ain't one of them. But yeah, 1:30. I think it's some more. Yeah, we got a couple more minutes. Let's finish to hear what Myron was saying.
That's what feminism is really done, because 100%. When you give women when you leave a woman to her own devices, it is literally programmed into her DNA from a millennia of programming to pick the best, the brightest, the tallest, and the strongest, and they will pick them and not pick the regular guys. Marriage used to be an institution set up to allow average guys a chance at procreation and raising a family in a stable environment. But when you give women the opportunity, right, and the ability to mate select on their own, they're always going to pick the best and the brightest, and they're going to ostracize a majority of the men. Hell, think about it. We've had, and me and you have talked about this in length, only 40% of men have procreated since the beginning of time, and that was with institutions put in place to allow these men to procreate, like marriage, etc. Can you?
And we've heard this a million times, like, Myron's built the platform on what he's talking about right now, and I agree with that. And for the sisters in the room, if you guys are still here, I'm curious, what's y'all take on that? I'm wondering how y'all feel about that, like with hypergamy and how women mate select. Do you think it's a bad thing that women go for the best and they go after the top tier guys, or do you think it should be kind of like it was back in the day where women are kind of forced to marry the baker and the candlestick maker, and it's kind of arranged and they just have to do that? I mean, is the freedom really good, or do you think the freedom has overall hurt women and also by default hurt society? I'm curious to hear what our sisters have to say about that. Brother Mike is like, you down, DL, you stay strapped. What, to be Fresh's bodyguard? Nah, bro. When you with Fresh, he has professional bodyguards, bro. Nah, I'm not on security detail, bro. And here's the thing. You want licensed security personnel. You want licensed, trained security personnel. You don't want my old ass walking out there. Nah, you won't. You know what I mean? Being armed myself is for personal security. This is a very Second Amendment friendly state. I think everyone should be armed. And but now for me to actually run security for someone else, that could be a bad thing, bro. That could be a real bad thing. You find yourself locked up, man, doing 12 to 15 years. That's like a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna jump ahead. There was another part in here when they were talking about the game itself. Let me see if I can find that real quick. And we're getting real close to the end. After this is just like one real quick thing. I want to show you with Melanie King, 37, 36. There it is. Damn it, I missed it. I thought I had it, and then it jumped on my butt. This is close enough. So now we're talking about the game.
Is dedicated to just pointless sex with random chicks. The reason for that is because if they even get a bad,
define this.
Yeah, man, it's so true. Like, I mean, the thing is that women have more options than ever before. You can either cry about it or you can adapt. And I always say it on this podcast is we don't sit here and complain about hypergamy. We teach you guys how to circumvent it and become the best version of yourself. And I agree with that as well, because I've said it many times on the podcast. People criticize me. Myron, you don't have any game. Hey, Myron, you don't know what you're doing with the lady. A bunch of that stupid shit. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, because I'm more focused on myself, and a byproduct is the women. The problem is that these guys change their whole image and do all this extra shit to get girls. No, you should be doing all that extra shit to better yourself, and then the byproduct of bettering yourself is the girls, so that when you act a certain way, it's congruent. Because me and you talked about this in
and Myron talks about it all the time. Sister Pack was like, I think what's happened is the freedom has created a mindset that a female deserves a man that's so above her level, and then that leaves good guys without options. You know, and that's thanks for that. That's what's up. That's hypergamy. You know, once women get a taste of a guy that's above her level, let's say she's a 7 and she messes with a guy who's an 8 or a 9, then that's it. Every man she deal with has to be an 8 or a 9 or better. And then that leaves those dudes who are at her level, like if she's a 7, and all those guys below, at that level and below, she won't even look at, which is sad. But they're going to talk a little bit about pickup artistry and all that. So check this out.
Detail as well. A woman needs to respect you first.
100%.
And if you are how you are, King Von, I am what I am, regardless of good game or not, it's authentic and more importantly, it's congruent. So yeah, I lose girls all the time. Some bitch told me earlier, you're misogynistic from Instagram. I did some research on you and you're misogynistic. You know what I did? Left that bitch on scene. I don't care.
Yep.
Fuck you, bitch. Like no one cares what you think. Like
is dedicated to just pointless sex with.
Define this.
Yeah, man. It's so true. Like, I mean, the thing is that women have more options than ever before. You can either cry about it or you can adapt. And
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it.
About hypergamy, we teach you guys how to circumvent it.
Females have intuition and they can smell it's fake.
Yeah.
This is the problem that most game guys have. If you look at a lot of the game guys that just their entire life is dedicated to just pointless sex with random chicks. The reason for that is because if they even get a bad chick, even if they get a good chick with a good heart, they can't hold her down.
Nope.
Because if you have a good enough game, right, you're a liar. And then she sees through you after a few weeks and realizes you ain't shit. And she doesn't want to stay with you. So then you feel better by just spinning endless plates, whatever. So I know there's a lot of these guys who are into game and stuff. Like, yeah, I banged this girl, that girl. I was in a different business. I wasn't interested in sleeping with a bunch of girls. I was interested in having girls obey me and love me. Bam. Because that's how I made my money for a long time.
Now here's the thing: he's kind of out of character, but he's using the word obey, and a lot of women they just hate that. And a lot of the males out there they hate that word, but he's not using it as like some sort of control thing. He just that's the word he chose to use. I want a woman to listen to me is what he's saying, and it's more than just listening. Like if I tell you to do something, I want you to do it. I want you to obey me. You know what I mean? So, and I get it. Like he's like it sounds bad, yes, but I get where he's coming from. Again, it's in the think tank. Brother Mike was like, I am genuine. You know me, DL. Here's the thing. I know YouTube you, Brother Michael. We haven't met yet. I look forward to meeting you so I can know you. You dig? This still isn't real. We communicate a lot via this. But this is way different than be like, what's good, bro? I see you. And us out there in them streets and seeing how we going to act in different situations. We could talk that talk and whatever. And this is very important. I want everybody to understand this. There's a reason I traveled to meet folks. There was a reason I went to Dallas. There was a reason I went to Miami to talk to these folks. There's a reason I go to California, New York to meet these people that I interact with online, because I need to meet you in person. That's some old school shit right there. I need to see who I'm dealing with. You dig? This is very important, Brother Michael. You don't know anyone until you sit down with that person and break bread with that person. You feel me? You don't know anyone until you sit down and have a drink. You got to see them in person. So be careful, be careful with that, brother. I know YouTube you. I've seen you all over the web, but we ain't broke bread yet, my dude. What if you come out here, we meet in Miami, we meet in Tampa or something like that, and we kicking it and some drama jump off and I just run off and leave you. Right? That's going to change the way you see DL Saint, right? You'll be like, man, fuck that dude, Don. He's full of shit. And it's a lot of guys in the red pill space that's them. That's what Andrew Tate's talking about. The pickup artistry and all that. That's all lies. They just lying to chicks. Right, they're saying a couple trickery words just so they can get at these chicks and, get a little Foxy Brown. But they're not who they are. Myron and Fresh and Andrew Tate, they are who they say they are. They get a little amped up on screen, but when you turn the cameras off, them real dudes, they ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We've been right there at the 500K party. If y'all were in Miami, it was some drama that popped off at that 500K party. Most of y'all who were inside the party don't even know about it. One of the dudes that was with us at the party, one of the guys, one of the red pillars, one of the Fresh and Fit fam guys got arrested, him and his girlfriend. And she started the shit. They got arrested. We was right there, Myron, Fresh, and myself, standing right there. Right? Like I said, you don't know until you know, my brother. And this is very, very important. I'm old school. I can't say I know you, man, unless I done broke bread with you. If I say you my dude, I know you, that means you certified. You did. And I can't tell that over this internet thing. I got to see you. I got to interact with you, and then I'll know. You feel me? So be real careful with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And when you get out here, we'll see what's up. You know what I mean? And Sister Pac was like, yeah, better word is cooperative. Yeah, cooperative. Yeah. And it's not up to us to tell people what words to use, like, you know, like obedient and all this kind of stuff, submissive, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Brother Smeagol, if anyone is interested, Tate is about to jump on Tucker Carlson after the ad. So, yeah, I see people jumping over there. Yo, check it out. Let me know how that went. I'm going to continue with this for the replay. I'm already committed. We're going to go past 2 hours on this one, y'all. So, but let's continue to hear what Brother Tate was saying.
Time.
I want a soul.
And to this day, it's the same thing. I like the idea. Look, you can call me a misogynist all you want. I love women. If I'm sick, I don't call the boys. I call the chicks. I don't feel well. Come lay, you know, and a woman will come lay with your sick ass in bed, cook for you, clean for you, do all this. Women have a healing power. Every man to some degree needs some women in his life. And I want women who love me and who are loyal to me and who obey me. So when I talk to guys that teach me game, I was like, listen, you need to be a man worthy of respect, because a woman needs to respect you to love you.
Facts.
And the way a woman's going to respect you is, one, of you respect yourself, and two, of other men respect you. You're not just going to be able to sit around being a piece of shit and just think just because you're born with a dick, you're going to instantly get respect from females who have unlimited choice.
Damn.
That's crazy. And guys, jump on the Fox right now. Watch this segment on Tucker Carlson. Go watch it. So the Nelson ratings will jump up. So we get the eyes on, so people see. This is how you support Tate in mainstream media. Let them see the numbers. Let's see millions of people jump on for this segment, and they'll keep bringing Tate back. It'll make him more valuable, and all the other media outlets are going to want him, and he can ask for more money at the end of the day, right? So jump over there, show that support. It's going to be a quick one. It's probably like 15 minutes, like a 15-minute segment. I would jump over there myself, but I can't. I'm doing something. But go over there and show that support.
Stupid, right? That's absolutely stupid. And in spite of all these facts, some men are still remarkably lazy. Well, then you're going to live the reality that you've painted. You made your bed, and you're going to live in it. That there's nothing else we can do for you. That's the reality of the world. You need to level up as a man. If any man who's watching this, it's not just money. It's not just being in shape. It's everything. It's life experience. It's pizzazz. It's having that famous. It's the ability to tell a story. It's yoga fire. Can you yoga fire a bitch? I can. Listen, if I threaten a bitch with yoga fire, she gets scared. I've seen it in her eyes. I will play. I've got a Street Fighter machine in my house. I'll play Street Fighter with a bitch. Fuck her up, right? And I'll turn to her and say, listen, I can do that for real. And she'll go, what? I'm like, yoga fire. And she'll be like, but then she'll look me in the eyes.
Stop the show. I got my first donation ever. Brother Jason blessed the brother with $10. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. First donation ever. You know what I'm saying? When we get you together, man, we're going to get you down here to Tampa, get you down into Miami. Maybe I can have you catch up with me in New York, whatever it is. I got you, bro. I got you. You're going to see that $10 100-fold. You feel me? I got you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's not the money. It's the thought behind the money. I really appreciate that, man, because we are building something here, right? And it's all about value. And by the way, Brother Jason and I we're working on a second show. We're going to be covering credit again. He came up with a fire title. Be looking for the thumbnail. We're going to talk a little bit more credit. We're just locking in the day and the time. So be looking for that thumbnail, y'all. Thank you again, bro. I really appreciate that. That is real love. You know what I'm saying? That's real love. You know what I mean? That's hard-earned money. That is hard-earned money. And you entrusting that money with me, man. I'm going to put it to good use. I'm going to put that money aside. All the money I get from Cash Apps and Super Chats and all that, I'm going to put that money aside. And we're going to do good things with it. We're going to do really good things with it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. One more for you, bro. Can't nobody ever take that away from you, man. You was the first one. The first one. But let's continue.
Maybe he can do yoga. Yoga fire. Maybe he can. When you have a bitch look at you and she's actually half scared that you can throw fireballs from your hands, she's sucking dick. For real. Because she respects me. Yeah, she respects me to the point where she's like, maybe. I don't know this guy can do everything else. He's got this fucking mansion and shit. I don't know. What can he? Maybe Tate can do yoga fire.
Yeah.
But my point is, that's what the game is. The game is all about respect. And it's not even just about men and women. Society has always been this way. Since the dawn of time,
right? Did you see him go in and out of character? If she thinks you can shoot fire from your fingertips, she's gonna, you know what I mean? She's gonna get your dome. Did you hear that? Did you hear him get character? He got the you know, the fiery words, right? He's back in character. He's being flamboyant again. And then he brought it all back, but it all boils down to respect. People keep missing the message. They keep missing the message. It all boils down to respect. But they didn't hear that. They hear, oh, he said she's gonna suck his thing, and you know, he called her a bitch, and he called that girl a hoe, and da da da. Oh, really? Really? So Brother Tate is on live right now on Fox News, which is really good. I'm gonna jump ahead because there's more to the game that he was talking about. There's like a part 2. Is there a game part 2 on here? No, it's not. That's what 39, 137, 130. Okay, so yeah, we're done with that part. The next part, this is one of my favorite Tate stories, bro, because he was talking about guys who put in the work when it comes to womanizing or whatever. You go, well, fitness and all you get. When you hear that term, shout out to Rich Cooper. You got to put in the work, right? But this is the story of Luke the Man. Luke the Man. You gotta hear this story. When I heard this story, I was just blown away. Luke the Man. So here we go. You got to hear this story.
Cowardice. It's cowardice. Let me tell you about the best player I ever met. Have I ever told you about Luke the Man?
No.
Oh, you know about Luke the Man?
Yes.
Luke the Man.
The story.
Luke the Man.
Okay.
Right. Luke the Man was the best player in history, right? He was ugly. So ugly. He was from the Ivory Coast Republic.
African guy.
Spoke no English. Fresh off the boat. Bluetooth headset. Flip-flops in the winter.
Fresh.
Let's go here, bro.
Fresh. We used to call him Fresh. I'm sorry, because we were like, you're fresh off the boat, bro. When did you get off the boat? Because he used to wear flip-flops. It was like, it's freezing cold.
Like the fucking video.
We're like, why are you wearing flip-flops?
Wait, hold on, stop giving me, man. Give me a break.
So my brother used to work back in the poor days. My brother used to work in Pret, which is a sandwich store, like a McDonald's in England, right? Yeah. And Luke the Man used to work the till.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know so many dudes like Luke the Man. So many dudes. Y'all got to hear this.
every time a beautiful girl would come to the till, Luke the Man would say, "Hey, baby, you're such a beautiful girl." And he'd talk to her and say, "You are so beautiful. This is for you. This is a present from Luke the Man." And he'd just give her order. So I don't know what the present was, bro. Because it was just her order. You ordered coffee. Here's your coffee. It's a present. But you still had to pay for it. So he used to pretend he was giving her something. And he used to mack it on every girl. When I say every girl, please do not underestimate. Every single woman.
Even though
old, fat, young, hot, didn't make. If you were a female between the age of 18 and probably 48, he tried.
Even those fat bitches that interviewed you.
All of them, yeah. Even the police officer Dykes, he would have tried. He was Luke the Man. And I knew him because I used to go see my brother at work. And I say, "Luke, why do you talk to all of them? Some of them are not even hot." And he had the most African reply. He goes to me, "I'm a businessman. I got business plans." What does that even mean? It doesn't even mean anything. Anyway, so he was doing this for a long time. Me and Tristan used to make fun of Luke the Man. It was like, Luke the Man thinks he's a G, but we used to make fun of him all the time. Then one day, after 5 months of Luke the Man's bullshit, he came in one day with naked pictures of a 7. She wasn't hot. She was a 7.
Yeah.
But Luke the Man's a 2. He works in a sandwich store. He doesn't speak English. He has flip-flops on. And he banged this 7. And he was showing me and Tristan with delight. "I am Luke the Man. Businessman. Business plans. Businessman." Scrolling through his phone. And me and Tristan were like, "You actually fucked that bitch, didn't you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm Luke the Man. Of course I fucked it." And we were like, we realized. He just pure numbers game. He didn't give a fuck. Yep. Ruthless. He was just ruthless about it. What did he have? He didn't have shit but bravery. Mm-hmm. All he had, still got himself some pussy. And I guarantee there is not a single person watching this podcast today who is not already in a better position than Luke the Man. But I will also guarantee you there ain't a single person watching this podcast today who's approached as many bitches as Luke the Man. Bravery will take you pretty fucking far.
Yeah.
You're right? And that's what most of these people are missing. Because if you're truly brave, you'll have results in and of itself, but you'll also have all the motivation you need to upgrade your character to then have fantastic results. Because Man, I can keep talking. Should I keep talking?
Keep going.
I'll keep talking. As a man. Let me get some vodka. Sorry.
Guys, like the fucking video.
Man, this is fire,
This is
man.
Andrew Tate uncut. You ain't gonna get it like this. We don't cut him off on his interviews like some of these other guys, bro. We go hard. We let it happen.
But you hear that, though. Courage. Having the courage to go up and say hello to a woman, man, it's still courage. There are men who cannot do that. They simply can't go up and talk to a woman. You got to have the courage to do that. It's something that basic. It takes courage. You got to be a man, not a male. You got to be a man to do that. Luke, the man. He probably talked to what? Thousands, tens of thousands of women. Luke's a 2, broke immigrant in the UK, barely speaks the language, getting on with a 7. 7. Y'all, a 5 is average, people. A 5 is average. A 5 is cute. Right? A 5 is average, which is cute. A 6 is better than cute. 7. A 7 with makeup on is in the 8, 9, 10 range. Right? So the 5, 6, 7s, and 8s, those are the average women. The 9s and 10s, well, some people get at 8s, the 9s and 10s, like supermodel, but really it's like the 9s and 10s are the women who just make nothing but money off their looks. Right? 5, 6, 7s, and 8s, they're like attractive women. Luke the man was a 2, broke, immigrant, didn't even know how to dress right. Got himself a 7. A 7. You feel me?
Go ahead, man.
As a man, I say we're living inside the Matrix, and we are, but you know what we're really doing? We're living inside of a video game.
Yeah, and I challenge you guys to go back and listen to we were talking about the video game and leveling up. We're gonna jump ahead a little bit because there's a part here I definitely want you guys to see that I thought was pretty cool. Where we at? 153.20. And this is talking about personal drive. Personal drive, doing it anyway. This is real important, y'all. Like whenever people come back from watching Andrew Tate on Fox, and in the replay, really pay attention to this, y'all. Please pay attention to this right here. Please pay attention. Never mind the fact that it's coming from Andrew Tate or your personal feelings about Andrew Tate, but listen to the message. Again, listen to the message. Don't get bogged down by all the glitz and glamour around the message. Listen to the message.
Accepting the fact that you're scared and doing it fucking anyway. Just like when it comes to the gym. I don't feel like going to the gym. I'm tired. You do it fucking anyway. You're tired. You don't want to work. You want to go to sleep and just relax. You do it fucking anyway.
And sorry to interrupt again,
No,
but that is the most basic imperative of the masculine frame, which has been destroyed in real time. They are trying to convince you that you should act how you feel. You should show more of your feelings.
Oh man, that pesky DL Saint kept sending in super chats on that particular show that night. I don't know who that DL Saint guy. As a paratrooper jumping from an aircraft about 800 feet above the ground at night with over 70 pounds of gear, was I scared? Fuck yeah, I was. Airborne. Keep leading from the front, gentlemen. Now y'all see. Now are you feeling me? When I listen to these stories and I'm watching it live. I'm like, this guy is 100% on point. He's leading from the front. All that stuff he was talking about in the beginning, character cancel. They're gonna kill character assassination. They're gonna drag my name through the mud. That wasn't lost on me. The fact that I'm doing this live right now, I'm doing this right now, I'm putting this out into the world. There's people to be hitting me up, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's people that love me and people I love them. That's fine. They can say what they want, but they know me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Why? I am a man. I'm going to push forward. Unapologetic. I'm going forward. I'm airborne. I love you, but I'm fine. Right? And the people who love you, if I fall on my face, guess what? They're gonna come and pull me up. They're gonna help me out. I'm talking about the people that are close to me. Everybody else, man, they kiss my ass. I don't care about everybody else. I don't care about them words, man. That's on you. That's your thing. But you ain't gonna stop me from doing what I gotta do. You weren't inside that fucking C-130 that night I'm talking about right here. You weren't there. You didn't go through that training. You weren't on those missions, suffering, aching, insects biting on you to the point you get so dirty and stinky the insects don't even think you're human anymore. They don't even bother you. Deer walking up on you. You weren't out there doing those rough nights. So I don't really give a shit how you feel. You and your feelings. Bye. I am going to hold what I got. And that's an airborne term right there. Hold what you got, airborne. But let's continue.
If you feel this way, you should show it. If you want to cry, cry. Look, I have no problem with guys crying. Sometimes guys cry, right? My dad died, I cried. I've cried once in 10 years, but it's not a default emotion for me. Sometimes you cry, right? But what I'm saying is the reason they're trying to bring out emotionality in you is because of exactly what Myron said. Most of the time, you don't feel like doing the things you're supposed to do. But the true masculine frame throughout history was doing the things they didn't want to do, but they knew they had to do because they had honor and duty. That's what honor and duty means. Do you think the men on the Titanic wanted to stay on the fucking Titanic? No, we're men. We have to stay. We're scared, but we must. It's our duty to let the women and children on the lifeboats. Yeah. This is masculine duty. When you remove self-control from men, you get not only do you get emasculated weak men, but what you also get is very dangerous men. Because the world at large is trying to tell you, just be more in touch with your feelings and everything's going to be fine. Men also have an innate desire, one, for conquest, and two, we have a biological response. We are very predispositioned to anger. You look at all these school shooters and shit. These are men who can't control their emotions. That's all they are.
Facts.
They have no self-control.
100% facts. 2021, he's saying this stuff, bro. Are you guys listening to the message? Y'all want to, these people out here want to silence this man's voice. Why? Why do you want to take his voice away? He is telling you the truth. Emotional men are dangerous. They are dangerous. He's telling the truth. Why do you want to silence this guy? Brother Smith, was you good, bro? I ain't worried. Ain't no spamming. It's just all love in here. It's just us. I ain't got big enough to where I got people coming in here spamming and acting the fool and all that. Not yet. We getting there, though. We get these views up. We getting there. We get the watch time up. We getting there. And everybody gets a wrench, and then we'll be able to deal with the trolls as they come, and we'll be able to get these messages out. So you good, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Control. And then they go and do dangerous shit. A good man controls himself. I have absolute self-control. If I decide to smash your face in, it was a very conscious decision. Nothing to do with the fact I was angry. If I decide to shoot you in the face, it's a conscious decision. It's the best move on the chessboard. There's no anger involved. You understand? Emotional control is absolutely and utterly important as a man. Now, I'm not saying become a stoic dork, have no personality, be a boring fuck. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you need to understand as a man, there are certain principles under which you act regardless of how you feel.
Bam.
I can wake up in a terrible mood. I don't believe in depression, so I'll use it.
We'll talk about depression here in a second, guys.
I can wake up sad. I can ache. I can have a busy day, stressed, etc. I will complete the same tasks as if I woke up in a fantastic mood. I'll do the same things because how I feel has no bearing on the things I'm going to do with my day because I have duty to myself and to my bloodline.
Did y'all hear what he said? Duty to himself and to his bloodline. When I was in the military, man, we woke up all the time, aching, sore. I mean, real injuries. But we had to push through it. Why? The mission doesn't care. The mission doesn't care that you're sad. The mission doesn't care that you're hungry. The mission doesn't care that your ankle was twisted and you got to tie it up and you need extra support. The mission doesn't care that your uniform is falling off your body because you've been in the field so long. The crotch rot is just eating through your uniform. The mission doesn't care. Period. The mission doesn't care that your girlfriend is giving the Foxy Brown to somebody else. Jody's at home smashing your girlfriend. The mission doesn't care. Mission first. This is what he's saying. No one cares that I didn't feel like doing a podcast today. No one cares that I got to go to court and deal with some stuff that I got myself into. Family court, y'all, nothing criminal. But no one cares. Get it done. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like getting out of bed. I got to get out of bed. I got to get my daughter to school. I got to pick my daughter up, right? I'm going to do it. I don't care how I feel. I don't care that I'm tired. You dig? You got to push through it anyway. And he's talking about his bloodline. He's talking about some real honor stuff. At the end of the day, all you have is your name. All you have is your family name. The honor, the duty, the respect of that name. That's all you have. You feel me? This is what he's talking about. Again, I hope y'all listening to the message.
So a lot of you guys out here are acting like fools because you feel like acting like fools. And what I'm going to say to you is, because you think there's something wrong with you. You go, well, I lack motivation. You hear this one? I don't have the motivation to go to the gym. Well, here's the news flash. Neither did I. And I still did it. So now what are you going to say? Now you have no excuse, right? Oh, you're scared to get in the ring. So was I. I still did it. Scared to get in the cage. So was I. I still did it. Being a man isn't about not feeling things. It's about acting the way you're supposed to act, regardless of how you feel. This once again ties into your network, the people around you. If everyone else around you, when you say you feel a certain way, if they don't check you, then why are you hanging around with them?
Facts.
If you're going to sit there and go, I feel sad, and your friend's going to go, oh, bro, you feel sad, man? Sorry to hear that, bro. It's hard to be sad, bro. You sad, bro? Oh, we're sad too, bro. I was sad last week. What the fuck's wrong with you? I can't even. Tristan, I feel sad. Like, shut up.
Tristan Tate, for those who don't know, is his brother. Right? If I go to my cousin talking about I feel sad when we was out there doing our thing back in the day, he's going to be, man, you better get your punk ass out here. Ain't none of that, bro. Ain't none of that. You better get your ass out here. Jay Swans. Oh, Jay Swans, I feel sad, man. I ain't going to be able to go on this jump. He'll just start laughing. Grab my ass and throw me out the bed. Man, get your shit squared away, man. We outside in 30 minutes. Let's go. You have to have the right people around you, and that's what he's talking about. You have to curate the situation in which you are going to perform no matter what, because you're not going to let them down. You're not going to let yourself down. That's the difference between being a male and being a man. We're going to get more into that on Monday. That's the difference. You know what I mean? And that was the last little bit on that. There was another interview that Brother Tate did. And I wanted to show this because I just thought it was funny. He went in and this woman here had some choice words for him because Andrew Tate doesn't look like a black man. His dad is black. His mom is white. In this country, that makes you black because we still got to deal with our bullshit version of racism and the class system over here. So Andrew Tate is a part of that. He has to deal with that. This woman, this YouTube influencer, whoever she is that was on the panel, she had some choice words for him. And the reason I want to show this, I just want you guys to see how Tate handled this. As a man, how he handled this. He wasn't animated at all. He wasn't irritated at all. He just dealt with it. And I had to give him credit for this. I want y'all to see how this plays out. And again, this is Fresh and Fish. Shout out to Myron Fresh. The whole crew down there. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to do this, using y'all footage and all that. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. Shout out to y'all. But check out this, y'all. If I can just figure out how to work my... And I'm sorry. Y'all know my technology be all messed up, man. I got to switch the screens around. Oops, wrong button. Let me switch the screens around. Oh man, let me give myself the
You big dummy.
if I messed that up. That was on me, y'all. I'm all sitting here ready to go. So check this out.
Eurocentric.
Andrew, go ahead.
But
You
some of
have
black,
extensive
you don't have
experience
women.
in Europe.
But when you don't listen, you don't learn. So
Well,
you might not have that experience because you yourself, I see that you are a white man, so you may not have that personal
Actually,
experience.
you're wrong.
Can you load a picture?
He
of my,
has
can you load a picture? Of my,
white skin.
She went right there. You are a white man. If you would just listen, if you would da-da-da-da-da, that's emotion. That's feelings. That's feelings. Look at Tate. Look at Tate. Tate's not saying anything. It's Myron and Fresh and Chris that are like, nah, baby, you wrong. That's not a white guy. Well, look at his skin. He has white skin. Look at his skin. All right, Brother Smeals, if you want to cover the Tucker Carlson interview with Tate, there will be access to a full interview on Fox Nation. But if I find a free version, I'll send it to you. I appreciate that, Brother Smeals. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we're almost done here. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to go down and definitely catch the replay because I do want to see it. I'm pretty sure it was fire. You know what I mean? No spoiler alerts, please. Spoiler alerts. Don't tell me what happened. Y'all want to see it on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you guys were able to catch that and absolutely show the support. But okay, this woman right here who is probably a woman of color. If I were to guess, I would guess she was maybe Latina. If I were to guess, or maybe she's mixed as well. She might have like a black mom and black dad, or a white mom, white dad, whatever. But let's continue. Let's see how this plays out.
And he is a man.
Can you put a picture of my? Can you Google and put a picture of my father on the screen, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Your dad is a black man.
I'm mixed race.
You're
yes. I'm mixed race, so I'm half black and half white. So you can't give me the whole race argument, white man garbage. That's your only cop out. You can't do that to me. And the whole thing, Eurocentric bullshit. Listen to me. We have so because you just failed on step one by identifying.
He got her. Look at her. She's over here stuck on stupid. Baby, you got to own it now. You got to own it. She's stuck on stupid. She was like, I was already because I don't like the way he says this, that, and the third, da. You know, Brother Michael, like, yeah, she's Puerto Rican and Latina. Okay, so she's Latina, right? She's a woman of color trying to call out a man that she thinks is white, but he's actually a man of color. And look at her. And for the rest of the podcast, she was pretty much quiet as a mouse. But listen how he breaks this down. And again, he was pretty much in character for most of this, but listen for the message.
Find me incorrectly. So,
I'm not knowing you. I don't know you.
Of course you don't know me. So there you go. I don't know you, so I'm guessing you failed. So
you did the same thing earlier to me.
How? Where? In which area have I once failed?
We can run it back to the first 10 minutes.
You don't want to run this interview back because when you run it back, you're gonna see yourself get smoked the whole way through. So listen, my dear. Listen. The reason I agree, curvy is a good thing. I agree that women need more body fat to have children. I agree. We're not talking about curvy women. Listen, I love a curvy chick. We're not talking about curvy women. We're talking about obese females. And the reason that there's nothing wrong with talking about obesity, whether male or female, is because there is a genetic disadvantage to being obese. Male or female, right? You don't want no fat man, some really fat dude. You don't want no fat son. The same reason. So what Myron does very cleverly on this podcast is he tells the truth in a way that females have never heard. And because they've never heard it, they get instantly angry. But what you need to do is, what are the words I'm about to say? Resist the slave mind.
So wait,
relax and say, you know what?
And that's where I first heard it. Resist the slave mind. I hope y'all listening for the message, especially on the replay. Resist the slave mind. Really pay attention to this part that's coming up right now.
You know what? You need to take a deep breath and go, she was fat. And chill. You ain't fat. None of you are fat, so don't worry about it. Chill. If I was fat, and let me tell you another thing. Let me tell you another really important thing. The reason body shaming to a degree is important, I'll tell you another really important thing.
And his dad.
Yeah, there you go. It's my father, chess grandmaster.
Yes, I heard you earlier.
Okay, there you go.
Father. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was. It's been a while.
Master.
It's been a while.
Knocking your mom.
Let me tell you another point.
Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
I live in Romania, correct?
Yes.
In Romania, you see literally zero fat people. And the reason for that is because it's not socially acceptable. Fat shaming works to the point where people will train just for vanity. And I'll tell you that I live in a society where there's no obese people. I'll go in the club. You will not see a single female whose body isn't bad, head to toe. Why? Because it's only socially acceptable to be that way. So as much as we hate on body shaming, once again, femcentric mind view, when Myron says something, you think only women get body shamed.
No,
you think dudes don't get body shamed?
No.
Dudes have it worse.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, I remember watching this episode as well. And like the women, women love to agree, right? The woman over here tried to call him out for being white. Again, she was agreeable for the rest of the night and quiet. This sister over here is in the fitness business, and she went on later on to talk about, to kind of, to confirm what Brother Tate was saying. But it was so hard for her to keep her mouth shut. She wanted to jump in, but she knew, like, this is the guest, so she got to let it go. And then this sister over here just couldn't keep her mouth shut. She's just a typical girl. Like, she was really, like, loving being there, and she loved the message that was coming, but some people just can't keep their damn mouth shut, and she was that woman. But let's continue.
Yeah.
Dudes have it worse because as a female, if you work hard, you can always have a good body. If you're born short as a dude, you see them all here in the chat having breakdowns. You are more ruthless. You are more ruthless on dudes, right? Men grow up looking at He-Man, and women grow up looking at Barbie. And women are going to be like, oh, they expect me to be like Barbie. It's Eurocentric. Yeah. Crying their eyes out. I don't cry my eyes out. Everyone expects me to be like He-Man. What I do is I get some guns and I end up like fucking He-Man. I do my job. So there's nothing to do with Eurocentricity. That's bullshit. That's slave mind garbage. Feminist, racist, garbage crap that's been put in your brain that you need to resist. Absolutely. Nothing to do with Eurocentricity. It's bullshit. It's garbage.
Facts.
You need to resist that kind of shit. I'm telling you, the problems with the world today are very, very specific. And I state this without patronizing you. I don't want to patronize you. I'm an old man. I've been around the block. The problems in the world today exist because the people who are in charge of the world have done a very, very clever thing. They've specifically designed the world in which a way that the people at the bottom, because we're all at the bottom, even me with all my millions, right? The people at the bottom are so busy fighting with each other that we never look up and realize we're getting fucked. And the reason they do that, the blacks hate the whites, Republicans hate the Democrats, the men hate the women. Eurocentric, he said this, you don't have pay gap, blah, blah, blah. It's all slave mind shit to keep us all fighting amongst each other. Do you think when a billionaire who's black meets a billionaire who's white, they talk about race? No. Fuck no. You think a female billionaire and a male billionaire meet, they start talking about Eurocentrism, feminist fucking garbage? No. Stop buying into that shit. It's a fucking...
Not to interrupt his rant, right? This was early 2022, if I'm not mistaken, right? Early 2022. Now you know why they wanted to shut this man up. It ain't about him being a misogynist. It's not about him beating women. It's not about him being a liar. It's not about him being a guru. It's not about him being a cult leader. He said resist the slave mind. He said the 1% has managed to turn the bottom 99, which he includes himself in. He includes himself in the bottom 99. Tate's net worth is somewhere between $30 and $100 million. I think it's closer to like $30 to $50 million, but I'm not watching the man's pockets. I don't know. Right? But he is a multimillionaire and he lumps himself in the bottom 99. Make no mistake about it, people. Make no mistake about it. This is the reason they don't want you to hear his voice, in my opinion. Let's continue.
Trick and it's a fucking lie. All of it. Throw it away. Throw it the fuck away. If you want to be attractive as a female, you know what you need to do. You need to go to the fucking gym. And just because Myron said it, you need to be smart enough. You need to be smart enough to not let yourself get triggered by the fact that he just said something you're not used to hearing. No. That's all it is. Yep. That's all it is.
Of course.
Criticizing women.
Hearing an opinion.
In today's day and age, criticizing
resist the slave mind. Have yachts, have nots. Right? Andrew Tate is breaking through and talking sense to the bottom 99. And the reason they want to silence him, in my opinion, is because the bottom 99 began to listen. The soy boys, the gamers, the Twitch guys, Twitch, they began to listen. Red Pill dudes have been on this for 20 plus years. Rollo Tomasi's been in the game forever. They're not trying to cancel Rollo Tomasi. Andrew Tate was the most Googled voice on planet Earth at one point in the recent past. The most Googled human being on the planet. And he's saying resist the slave mind. He's saying it's all smoke and mirrors. He's saying that the 1% has got you like a puppet and controls you, and people are listening. That's why, bro. I did a video on absolute power. Go back into the archives and check it out. And I was talking about, it was Andrew Tate words. I didn't put him in the thumbnail, but it's talking about what Andrew Tate has been saying about the 1%. If you want to get down to what's really going on here, that's what it is. Cardi B admitted to taking customers from the strip club, tricking them to go back to the hotel room, drugging them and robbing them. Men. You can still hear her voice. And I'm glad you can hear her voice. You know what I mean? There have been athletes, big men, who on film beating up women. You can hear their voices. Former president of the United States, grab him by the pussy. You can hear his voice. Yeah, I know he's an extreme example, but I'm just saying he went on, after saying that, went on to be president of the United States. You got women out here saying kill all men. There are women out here right now in the blue pill world on YouTube saying kill all men, and they mean it. There are women out here who are telling you how to get pregnant by certain dudes so you can take them to court and take half their money. Getting the child support and start getting 50, 60, 70, $100,000 a month. You can hear their voices. It goes on and on and on and on. Andrew Tate said resist the slave mind. Andrew Tate said that this is all smoke and mirrors. Andrew Tate said the 1% is controlling all of you. And they started to listen. They began to listen to the Tate brothers. Oh, we got to stop this shit. We got to stop this. Whoa, what's going on? This man is charismatic. He's a black man who looks white, grew up poor, self-made millionaire. He's a fighter, right? 4-time kickboxing world champion. He's been in the streets. He's worked. He know what the streets are. He done dealt with that other community. He's respected over there, right? He's telling people how to be men. He is on video saying the reason these governments are doing what they're doing to men is so they can stop revolution. Have you heard his take on what's going on with getting vaccinated? I got vaccinated. I got no problem with it. But I also heard his arguments for it. And I'm like, man, he's bringing up some pretty good points. He's bringing up got some points going on here. They wanted to shut him down. They wanted to silence his voice. Not all these other people who are out here setting up real Ponzi schemes. They don't shut down them people. And here's the thing. They say Andrew Tate setting up Ponzi schemes or whatnot. He's still making money. You know what I mean? He shut down HU. From the way I understand, he's going to bring it back. The War Room is still up and running. He's still making money. He's getting paid right now to be on Fox. He's still making money. He's going to fight probably Jake Paul or Logan Paul. He's going to fight one of them for a ton of money. They don't care that he's making money. They just don't want him to be able to make people think. Dr. Martin Luther King made people think. Malcolm X made people think. And once their voice went against the 1%, those voices had to be silenced. JFK, RFK. The list goes on and on and on and on. This is what I'm talking about, people. Listen to the message. That's it. Listen to the message. Right? So there's one more thing I want to show you guys, and then we're going to wrap this up. So y'all know I'll be moving out there. I'm trying to do my thing in the YouTube space. I'm trying hard to do my thing in the YouTube space. And there's one more video. I was on Melanie King last night. I'm a big fan of Melanie King. She's real cool. She's a beautiful sister. She's been in the YouTube space, I don't know, about 6 months maybe. She has well over 200,000 subs. She's growing fast. Like she is doing her thing. So I was on there last night, and she has respect for me. I have respect for her. And I asked her some questions. I asked her a few questions. The last question I asked for her take on Andrew Tate. So we're gonna. I didn't set this before the show. So forgive me. I'm gonna have to start it and then back it up to where I think we need to be.
Over TikTok and all these other places.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna back it up to where I think it needs to be. So
that's what I'm saying. I gotta get to the next caller. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. What I don't get about y'all, and this would be a greater discussion because I think a lot of women want to hear that. A lot of women think, y'all know, I think like a man and a woman.
So we were talking about men, and like, she went on to this thing like, well, guys want these pure untouched women, but they'll rock out a 3 or 4 in a heartbeat and this, that, and the third. It's like, yeah, we will. We absolutely will. And then we went in to talk about Andrew Tate.
Low body count wife. Listen, you reap what.
So we're just gonna listen to this part a little bit, and now we're gonna talk about Andrew Tate because she was waiting for me to push back, and I'm like, nothing on that. And I guess you just have to owe me on Andrew Tate. I guess I'm gonna have to call back.
Oh,
and
Oh, well, Andrew Tate, I don't know enough about everything about him. I do not think there are things that are they say they wanted him off of platforms for misogyny. There is misandry all over TikTok and all these other places that they have no problem where they've said worse than Andrew Tate has said about men. And if you get into whether it's like black men against, black women against black men, and I mean, that goes even deeper. So I think I think what they did wrong, I actually put this on Andrew Tate. He had too many people posting his stuff. He needed to grow more silently, or just maintain for a while and stretch it out. So it was the super surge. You know how I found out he was off Instagram and Facebook? My daughter told me, because you know why? The boys in her class in sixth grade listened to Andrew Tate. So he was influencing very young boys, and at that age, they are just. Y'all know y'all some crackheads.
And then she continued on, and I pushed back a little bit. I said, well, look, what about the female rappers out there got these young girls out here twerking and all that. And she was like, yeah, that's wrong too. Melanie King has some good things going over there. If y'all haven't gone over and checked her out, go check her out, man. Give her a subscribe because she's really doing some good things. Here's a woman on here. She's 100% RP aware. She came up under Kevin Samuels. So she's kind of in that vein. She had this one dude come on there, like some hardcore blue pill dude came on there on this same episode after me. A couple guys came on there and she just ripped them. She ripped them. It was beautiful. She ripped them. She has no tolerance at all for these blue pill dudes out here. You know what I mean? She just doesn't. And this, I thought it was brilliant. But I just wanted y'all to see that one part when she was talking about misandry. None of this has to do anything with hating women or hating men or being bad for society. I think this has everything to do with the message that Andrew Tate is putting out there. Right? He's slipping that message in. Resist the slave mind. Right? Resist the slave mind. Have yachts versus have nots. He's slipping that in there. Accountability. Manly men. What did he say about they killed James Bond? They'll definitely want to kill me. Not kill me physically, but character assassinate me. And he said that in 2021. So y'all know I don't normally go long. This is a 2.5 hour stream. I don't normally do that, especially by myself. But we had to get this out here. Right? We had to get this out here, y'all. Have a look at this. For those of you who with me on the stream, I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I really do. Thank you so much. Brother Jason, again, thank you for my first ever donation to the platform. I really appreciate that, man. $10, man. Like I said, you're going to see that return 10-fold, 100-fold. You feel me? You know what I mean? Brother Mike, man, thank you so much for being in here and just holding it down. I look forward to meeting you, bro. I really do. I look forward to meeting you. You know what I mean? So we can finally say, yes, we know each other. Right? What do Myron and Fresh say? They know DL Saint. They know me. They say it all the time. Like, no, that's our dude. That's our guy. That's our boy. We know him. You feel me? You can't say you know someone until you meet someone. You can't say you know someone until you break bread. You know what I mean? Thanks to everybody who was in here. Hood Ninja, Fresh. You know what I mean? Brother Smeebles was up in the piece. Appreciate that. Sister Pack was in here. Like I said, brother Jason was in here. Miss AKA Lady, Sister AKA Lady was in the house showing that love, showing that support. Brother Rod Eric was in here. Cornerstone, Fresh and Fit Dallas, Han. Thank you for popping in for a minute. I really appreciate it. Brother Blessed was up in here. You know what I mean? Showing the love. I really, really do appreciate it. We're going to keep going. I'm just getting started. Brother Viking Paradigm coming in here. Look forward to seeing you in Miami real soon. Hopefully by the end of the year. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for coming out. I appreciate the support. Y'all know I do. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to keep making this happen. I'll probably do one more video on Brother Tate. And then Saturday, I'm scheduled to be on Suzette Speaks platform. And I'm going to be introducing her to Andrew Tate. She asked me to come onto the show as a guest to kind of introduce her to Andrew Tate and break it all down, who he is and what's going on. And I agreed to do that because y'all know that's my people. You know what I mean? Brother Roman, thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate it. Everybody who was here supporting the brother. Y'all take it easy as well. I appreciate it. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later.
Darn, that's the end.